Good morning, it's cruise day. That is the Norwegian Prima. That is going to be our home for the next 11 days. Let's go and have some fun. I think the Norwegian ships are some of the most beautiful. I love the designs. So our cruise is going to start in Southampton. Here's a quick look at the Southampton cruise terminal. The Norwegian Prima is just behind the terminal, and over there is the Anthem of the Seas, Royal Caribbean. So now we need to go and check in. Well, that was super duper easy. Dropped my luggage off, just checked in, got my cruise card. I'll explain later why I didn't check in online because, yeah, it's an interesting story, but we're walking on the ship right this second. There it is, Norwegian Prima. I'm so excited. Two ships side by side. Anthem of the Seas over there. Look at all that luggage. The cruising time is gonna start right now. Welcome to the Norwegian Prima. Welcome to the casino. I need to go and find my muster station, but last year I sailed on the Norwegian Getaway, so I'm interested to see how this compares. Welcome to the atrium. It's so small. Oh my gosh, it's tiny. So it's 3 stories. I did know that. I saw the pictures online, but it's so small. Like, this is literally the atrium. Like, that's it. There's a bar over there, casino, guest services, but that's it. It's tiny. So I just went up one deck, and that is shore excursions. Starbucks over there, Zeebrugge. And the atrium, it's so small. It's very, very nice, very beautiful, very elegant. But let's go and find our muster station. My muster station is over there. I love the design. Really, really cool. Got some shops over here. It does not seem busy. I spoke to the ladies in the terminal and they said that is 3,400 people on this sailing, but not very busy. This might be the coolest photo gallery that I've seen on the ship. Look at this. They have like private rooms. I guess you can look at your photos. How cool is this? Never ever seen this on a ship. Wow, that's a great movie place. I'm still on my way to find my muster station, but I was distracted by the slide. Slide's right here. It goes right to the top deck. I don't know if this is right, but I think this is the highest non-water slide on a ship. I think. I'll have to look it up, but yeah, can't wait to do that. It goes right from the top all the way down here. If you're late for dinner, I guess, take the express route. I was distracted again by the local. Look at this. How cool is that design? Amazing atmosphere, look at that. Anyway, back to business, back to business. Found my muster station, F3. Wow, so many unique things on this ship already. I have no idea what that is, but this is so cool. All checked in, welcome to the first elevator ride. We're going straight to the buffet. Deck 17. This is why we cruise. Welcome to the buffet, the heart of the ship. Let's get some food. Found a great seat on the pool deck. Check out the pool deck later. We'll look at some more food later, but first meal, some pizza, some meat. Amazing. So I got to figure a way out to get my money back on the cruise, and it's going to be cake. That chocolate praline cake, unbelievable. But we have towel exchange over here. Over there is a water slide. I think it's like a bowl. Looks like a bowl. It's called the Wave. But amazing, amazing ship. Looks like it starts up there, and then you go inside the bowl, and then splash down. Got to do it someday. This must be the quiet area. It's so quiet. Got some food over here too. Yeah, this is definitely the quiet area. Observation lounge. I did read online about the Galaxy Pavilion. Let's check it out. I think this is like the arcade area. Super futuristic. Let's go to space. So we have some virtual reality stuff over here. And the arcade is 24 hours. This ship is beautiful. Of course, today, just a quick overview. There's going to be some more detail in the future days because we're here for 11 days. It's an 11-day cruise. I'm so excited. Deck 15, looks like this is the kids club. The Splash Academy. Bring your kiddies over here. So they're going to let me look around. They have an open house right now. Very, very cool space for the kids. You got some Mario over here. She told me that they usually have stuff set up, but no stuff right now. She just told me that there's 150 kids, 160 teens on this cruise. So out of 3,000, not many kids at all. Very good for us. Only 1 o'clock right now. We can't get in our cabin yet, so let's keep walking down. We're on deck 13. Our cabin's on 13, but we're gonna go down to 8. So our cruise is gonna start June the 2nd in Southampton, England. And I just want to say something about Southampton, because on the schedule it will say London, Southampton. London is 80 miles away. 80. It's going to take you 2 hours to drive. It's going to take you an hour and a half to take a train. So if you expect to just walk off the ship and be in London, nowhere near London. Made it back to the atrium. Ship's starting to fill up, more and more people coming along. Everyone's just waiting to get inside their cabin at the moment. First day of the cruise is definitely the most fun, but when you start to learn where stuff is on the ship, then it starts to be fun. Demographic on the ship so far that I've noticed, definitely older people, like I said, not many kids, a lot of Americans. I would say I haven't even heard any British people, and Spanish speakers. I don't know which country they're from, maybe Spain, but yeah, Spanish speakers and Americans. Made it out to the front of the ship. Not much going on over here. There's a big anchor. Welcome to the very first glass walkway at sea. The first ship ever. We're back in the local. I think this is included. I think it's complimentary. I'll have to check it out later, but very, very cool space. Feels like a nightclub. There is that high slide again. So fun. So there's so many cool like chill areas. This cruise is going to be so good. Here is the Metropolitan Lounge. We have a cigar lounge over here. So many nice chill spots. Very, very nice ship. Not very big. Not very big, very, very small compared to the mega ships that they have today, but very, very nice. Here is Nama, sushi and sashimi. Sushi is not my thing. Not my thing. Love Japan, but sushi, not for me. Here is Hasuki. Looks like another Japanese place. Beautiful inside, beautiful. And over there is Hudson's. I think that's the main dining room. Every ship has a smoking room or a cigar lounge. I've never been inside one, but there's nobody here right now. So this is what it looks like. Very, very cool space. They're always dark, but it absolutely stinks in here. Let's get out. So you can actually buy some cigars here. They have a cigar menu. That's funny. Very cool space. Let's go. I've never seen this. I've never seen a luggage drop off before on a ship. Never. I guess you put your luggage in there and then wait for your cabin to open. Wow, never seen that. So here is Sid Norman's. Very, very cool bar. Feels like I'm in London. The walls are just covered with British bands. The Beatles, Rolling Stones. Such a cool space. I think this is where they do karaoke. It's a lot of people's traditions to cruise and buy a watch on board. You get some really good deals on watches. Made it back to the atrium. Guest services is going to be over here on deck 7. Stepping into the Prima Theatre. Wow, I'm always so impressed by theatres on cruise ships. They're doing reservations right now. Wow, I've never seen that. They take the seats away? Never ever seen that before. Wow, I'm on deck 7, down there is deck 6. I didn't even know you can take the seats out. What? Entertainment on cruise ships is some of the best in the world. I think for the price you'll pay for a cruise, like, it's such good value just to see the shows. So hopefully there's some really good shows on this cruise. Very, very excited. But yeah, I'm so blown away by that. I've never ever seen the theatre with no seats in it. That's crazy. Oh wow. This is crazy. Wow, I wonder how long it takes to put the seats back. Never ever seen that. That is so cool. I feel like we should be ice skating or something. So they have the menus for every single restaurant here. That is so cool. And I think I can go here and make reservations because I have no idea what dining rooms I can go to. I don't know. So let me explain what's going on here. Beverage packages here. Over here is show reservations. And the guy just told me the seats are inside here. They're inside the wall. So they just pull them out like a gymnasium. And you can fit 690 people in here. It's crazy. So there's 2 shows. So there's 2 shows that you need reservations for. The other ones you can just show up, but I made reservations for both of them. I'll tell you what they are later. If you ever take a cruise, please be kind to the crew members. I used to be a crew member, so I know what it's like, the long hours, but they're so kind, they're so helpful. So I made reservations for the 2 shows, and then there's 5 dining locations that I can go to complimentary. I don't care too much about the specialty dining, so there's so much. Back in the casino, I'm not a big gambler. I would do a little bit, but I love to watch people. Play. Slot machines, not my thing. I like the tables, the roulette. One tip I would give you about casinos on cruise ships. These machines, have you noticed that even when the ship is rocking, these coins still won't fall down? That should be your sign to not play these machines.
Stop making a fool out of me.
Back on the pool deck, I haven't even been up there yet. Something very special. Just stepped into the spa salon. We're gonna head out the gym, barbershop. Wow, this is beautiful. Oh my gosh, how is this on a cruise ship? I have no idea, no idea. Beauty salon. Amazing. Standard you will not see. Found the Pulse Fitness Center. So cool. This is on a ship. Look at that view. They have all of your equipment over here. So cool. Perfect. Everything you need. They have spin classes too. Amazing. I've never been in a cruise ship gym that was not beautiful. So they just did something that I've never seen before. So they said that cabins are available for deck 12 and deck 16 only. I thought they would open all of them together or none of them, but yeah, deck 12, deck 16, you're in luck. And at 2 p.m. we have access to our cabin, 13807. I'll tell you in a future video how much I paid for this cruise, but welcome to our inside cabin. So of course I'm cruising alone, so this is absolutely massive for one person. I didn't expect, look at this space. Look at all this space. This is so cool. So, quick tour, big bed. Very, very big bed. One thing I don't like is 2 singles pushed together. That's literally the only negative that I can think of, but beautiful room. There's a fridge down here, 2 big drawers, storage. There's a drawer here, another seat to do your makeup if you want to. Safe. And the bathroom is way bigger than I expected. So much bigger. Nice big shower. Wow, I'm so happy with this cabin. I'm so surprised how big this cabin is, because usually, like, maybe like this, like cut this area off. Usually like that's what you get for an inside cabin. Like I didn't expect a hallway. I didn't expect a whole hallway. That is so cool. Look at my middle name. Yeah, don't tell anyone my middle name. But this is way bigger than I expected. I'm so happy with this. Wow, 13807. I'm gonna count the outlets quickly because I know people like to know about that. But we have USB here. This is Euro, US, US. Here is Euro. And then there is one by the bed, just hiding behind this lamp. There's a US one there, and there's also USBs in both of the lamps there and there. Amazing. And there's one in the bathroom too. Just watching a safety video quickly. So if you've never been on a cruise before, every single day you're gonna get a daily schedule, a daily planner. On Norwegian, they're called the Freestyle Daily, and it literally has every single event that's happening that day. And it tells you the time, it tells you where it is. So what I usually do is take a pen or take a highlighter and literally just circle or underline the stuff that you actually want to do. And then that's your schedule for the day. Every single day you're going to get a new one. So this is day 1. And that's your Freestyle Daily. It's also going to tell you which restaurants are complimentary, where you can go for dinner, the specialty restaurants that have a charge. I'll show you a little bit later, but the Norwegian Cruise Line app is actually very, very, very good. Some of the cruise lines, the app is not that good. It's not that easy to use, but Norwegian, very, very, very good. Just relaxing a little bit at the pool deck. I'm so happy with that cabin. But the weather is beautiful. I quickly forget that I'm still in England. We're in Southampton, but I'm just getting ready to do a live stream, so let's go. Just sitting on the pool deck right now, and we're doing a live stream. So anybody that joined the live stream, thank you. The pool deck is in full swing. Thank you so much to the people that joined the live stream. So this area was blocked off before, but now it's open. Over there is the wave, that's the water slide. I think this is like a kids play area, kids water area. Let's go up here. Of course, everybody knows what's inside there, chocolate milk. Yeah, so that's the water slide. Oh, it's a rubber ring slide. Definitely have to try that. The go-karts are going. There's people on the go-karts. Wow. So the pool deck's down there. There's so much seating up here, but there's not a bar up here. So I don't know if people don't sit up here because there's no bar. So this area wasn't open earlier, but now it is. So someone on the live stream asked me, are the go-karts loud? And I said, I don't know, because they start at 4 o'clock and it's just 4 o'clock now, but no. So they're electric, no sound. Very, very, very interesting mini golf course. So one thing I read online about Norwegian Cruise Line is they charge for everything. Anything extra they can charge you for it, and they will charge you for it. So mini golf, $5. Another thing over here is darts. They have a few of these really, really cool dart chill areas. This is the drop. That is that long slide that goes from the top deck right down to the bottom. Not open right now. Don't know what the situation with it is. Look at that. That's so cool. Definitely got to do that.因为我说中文，中国人不知道我说中文，所以我听到他们的说话。Wow, this games area feels like a sports bar. Look at that. I've never seen ping pong like that. Not ping pong, table tennis, not ping pong. Got the football under the table, beer pong. And this is called table football, no foosball, table football. It's so long. Why is that so long? They're supposed to be 11. So that's interesting. It says double cart session. So let me just tell you what I overheard there. So a dad and 2 kids just came up. They want to do the carts, but they said they're only doing doubles now, and it has to be 1 kid, 1 adult. 2 kids can't go together. It has to be 1 kid, 1 adult. So they have special times for double and single, but you only get charged once if you go double. So if the dad and the son goes, then they're only going to be charged for 1 person. So if they're single, of course, he needs to pay for each person. But he's complaining about, he's wearing Crocs and they wouldn't let him go. Don't complain. If you're going to come on the Norwegian Prima in hopes of doing the Speedway, definitely look up the rules. So many restrictions, but it looks really fun. And it is $15. So like I said, if you do a double, then it's just $15 total. And each person, if you do a single, it's $15. And it's time, so $15 in a double card gets you 6 minutes. $15 in a single card gets you 8 minutes. There they are. That is so cool. How is this on a cruise ship? This is absolutely crazy. Let's check out the viewing platform. I gotta do it. One day I gotta do it. Look at that, ready to go. So I've done go-karting before and it didn't fit in the cars, but I fit in this one. They have some cars over here that you can sit in, take some pictures, and they also have a podium. First place. That is so sick. I swear these cruise companies, they're just trying to one-up each other. I'm gonna do this because you haven't done it. It's just like that. So one major difference between this cruise and my previous Norwegian cruise was I was in a studio cabin on my last Norwegian cruise, which was the single cabins. You know, they're designed for 1 person, and they also have the studio's lounge. And I just tried my key card, but I couldn't get in. So I'm gonna go to guest services to see if I can gain access because I'm traveling solo, but I'm not in a solo cabin. I don't know if they will say yes, but I'm gonna ask. We are back in the beautiful atrium. So it says in the Daily Planet that they do game shows here. I don't know how that's gonna work because there's no like stage or anything. So unless they do it right in the middle, let's see what they do. But this area is beautiful, so cool. Bad news, just ask guest services, can I get access to the studio's lounge if I'm not staying in the studio? They said no. That's okay, that's okay. I really didn't know because I read online that some people did get access and some people didn't get access, so I guess it's just luck.
Make some noise! Hey!
All of that is happening on a cruise ship. Can you believe it? It's crazy. But the time is now 5:20 and at 6 p.m. it's the Solo Travelers Gathering. So I'm going to go to that just to see how many other solo travelers there are. It's a shame I can't get access to the studio's lounge. I didn't expect to, but it's okay. One thing I did learn though, so during this cruise, because I've cruised Norwegian before, during this cruise I move up like the loyalty level, like I move up 1. And they said that at the end of the cruise I will officially be a silver level, but during this cruise I'm like a acting silver. So if I book anything during the cruise, I will get the discounts as if I was silver, but at the end of the cruise I will be officially silver. They're putting all the suitcases outside people's cabins now. Mine's not there yet. It's okay, so I'm just gonna wait a little bit because I want to shower before I go to dinner and stuff. So hopefully mine comes. If it doesn't, it's okay. Suitcase just arrived so I can get ready. By the way, this is where my cabin is. We're on deck 13 midship, right in the middle, really close to the stairs and elevator as well. Today's outfit: red shirt, white chinos and black and white Nikes. Let's go. It is now 6 p.m. and the first event is the Solo Travelers Gathering. Let's go.
Like solo travelers, our solo travelers also. The people who's gonna be part of the solo travelers. Trust me, folks, okay?
Wow, that was so much fun. So I counted 42 solo travelers at that meeting. I was definitely the youngest one by a mile. It's definitely an older crowd here, but funny people, so funny. So they're scheduling meetings, people are having dinner together. Like it's a really good way to meet other people if you're traveling solo. If you like to do that, if you want to stay alone, then stay alone. But I got chatting to so many very nice people. One lady has been on this ship for 10 months. She travels for 10 months a year and she stays on cruise ships. Amazing. So the time is now 7:30. That was a very long meeting, but the show is at 9 p.m. so I want to try and catch that. So it's time to have dinner. I'm gonna go to Hudson's, which is one of the dining rooms, to see if I can get in. Seems like they are very busy on the first night, so they gave me a buzzer. One thing I absolutely love about Norwegian that most cruise lines don't do is they have freestyle dining, which you can eat whenever you want. If you're hungry at 6, go at 6. If you're hungry at 9, go at 9. Most of the other cruise lines, they have a set dining time. You have to go at this time, you have to go, which I don't like. And another thing, because I'm alone, I told them whatever's quickest, I can sit by myself or I can join a group, so I don't know what's gonna happen. It's buzzing, let's go. Let's eat dinner.
Dinner started with some delicious bread, then I had a Caesar salad with chicken. The main course was spare ribs, absolutely delicious with the onion rings, and then the dessert was chocolate lava cake with vanilla ice cream.
I just heard a guy say, so that's the reason why I'm an alcoholic. I don't know what he said before that, but dinner was so delicious, absolutely amazing. You could not beat the food on a ship.
Let's move on to the next.
Game show going on in the atrium, the hot tub. The hot tub feels so good. It's so cold outside. It's going to be cold every single day from now on, but we're not going to complain. That's okay. We're going to see the sun just before the sunset. One of the best things about cruising is the view. You absolutely cannot beat the sunset from a ship because there's nothing blocking it. No buildings, no people, nothing. Amazing. Pool deck is empty. Pool is closed. Don't know why it's closed. The ship's not rocking, but this is the main pool and it's tiny. I have no idea why they have all this space, but they built such a small pool. I have no idea why. But go-karts up there, must be cold on the go-karts. Ships are very confusing. Sometimes you have to go down before you can go up. We're gonna try and see the sunset and then we're gonna watch the show. I think that is the best sunset we're gonna see tonight. Absolutely amazing views. I'm telling you, do a cruise just for the views. Look at that. That is unbelievable. And then you turn around and see that. Like, how is this thing floating? How are we just floating in the ocean with 3,000 people? I have no idea. It's crazy. The world is beautiful. Go and see it. It's time to see the comedian, Dean Edwards. We're gonna head into the Prima Theatre. So we were in here earlier and there was no seats here, but they pulled the seats out now.
Families still know where their children are. The first time you told us how you really feel. And this is a family friend. It's her favorite sister. So sister has sister-in-law. Okay. That's your sister. Where y'all from? I see y'all around this shit. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Dean Edwards. Come on, everybody.
Wow, that show was so funny. So that was Dean Edwards. He was on Saturday Night Live. The funniest part was, he's from New York, he's from Brooklyn, but his wife is English. So like literally like 10 minutes of his show was making fun of her British accent. It was so funny. He was saying that his two daughters were trying to copy the mum's accent rather than his accent. So I just saw a guy lose $500 in like 2 minutes and he just walked away like it was nothing. He was playing roulette, he lost and walked away. He was like, oh well. Can you believe that all of that happened on a cruise ship? Amazing. I'm so excited for these 11 days. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Just a quick summary of today. Joining the ship, so easy. Such an easy process. The ship is beautiful, the food is amazing, the crew amazing. I'm so excited. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you so much for watching. Tomorrow we're in Zeebrugge, Belgium. So if you want to see Belgium and beyond, so much more to come. So much. We are here for 11 days. That was just day one. Thank you so much for watching. Hit the like if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to follow me on the Norwegian Prima, and I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye. Welcome to Belgium. Do they speak French? Do they speak German? Do they speak Dutch? Nobody knows, but that is the beautiful Norwegian Prima. Welcome to Zeebrugge. I think Zeebrugge means like the port of Bruges or Bruges by the sea, something. But I'm on a mission to try and find the train station to get to Bruges. But there is literally nobody here. It's a Monday morning and there's no people here. Where's all the people in Zeebrugge? Yesterday I boarded the Norwegian Prima in Southampton. The first day was amazing, the first night was amazing. So this is the second video. I'm on the ship for 11 days and I'm so excited. I'm so happy to be on this cruise and I'm so happy to see these ports because we're in Belgium, then we're in Amsterdam, then we're in Norway, then we're in Iceland. So I'm walking along the train tracks. The line's right there and I've not seen a single train or tram or anything go by. So let's see what happens. I don't know if I'm going to get to Bruges today. It is 11 o'clock on a Monday morning and there's no people here. I think everybody's at home deciding what language they're going to speak today. Look at that. That could be French, German, Dutch. Who knows? Nobody knows. I see the train station and I see the train. It's going to leave in 1 minute without me. The inspector literally looked at me and then closed the door. There it goes. He literally stood at the door, looked at me, and then closed the doors. Thank you. All right, let's take a look at this. See, I told you, they don't know whether to speak Dutch, French, German. Everybody speaks English, but let me see. So the return ticket costs €7.60, but I don't know the schedule. So if it's like 2 hours to the next, for the next train to come, then it's not worth me buying it. Because look at this station. The smallest train station in the world. Zeebrugge train station. And if I miss the ship going back, then I'll be sleeping in that thing. So I need to make sure that there's actually a train going to Bruges. What is this place? Where's all the people? It feels like a movie set. Let's see if we can go inside the station. That is a restaurant. It is open. Spoke to the nice lady in there. She told me to look at the schedule outside. Actually, I wouldn't mind spending a night inside that. But let's look at the schedule just in case. Just in case we can get to Bruges and back. See, this is the train that I just missed, 11:08, and then the next one's 12:09. So probably not worth me going to Bruges today, because all aboard on the ship is 5:30, so I don't know. I really don't want to go to Bruges that badly, and I don't want to risk making it back because there's only one train every hour and then we don't have much time, but it's okay. I'm going to look around Zeebrugge. No one has ever said I really want to go to Zeebrugge, but we're going to see Zeebrugge today, starting with this dog. This dog just started barking at me. Two of them. Belgians really don't like me, from the train driver leaving me in Zeebrugge to the two dogs. Anyway, here's a tip if you're traveling. Find someone with a dog. Where is he? There he is. There's a man with a dog over there. I just spoke to him. I said, I have one day in Zeebrugge. I have no time to go to Bruges. What would you do? And he said nothing. He said, one day in Zeebrugge? I was like, yeah, he couldn't believe it. But he said, yeah, there's a cathedral. You can take a tram to like a nearby city, a nearby town. But yeah, he said there's nothing here. You won't be able to see it, but I can just see our ship right there. Right there. So it's funny because sitting at the train station, wondering if I'm going to go to Bruges, and then this family just showed up, and I actually spoke to them on the train yesterday from London to Southampton. They're from Florida, and I helped them like buy the ticket for the train, and they're going to Bruges. So I said, it's a little bit late and there's only one train every hour, like you need to be really careful, but they've never ever been to Europe before, so they're going to go for it. So hopefully they make it back. So I'm just walking along the busy highway, and the tram track runs in the middle of the street, and he said there's a city called Blankenberg, which is 5 minutes on the tram this way. So I have not seen a single tram today, so if a tram shows up then I'll take it. But yeah, he said go to Blankenberg. Just a quick weather check. It's really nice today. I was very close to wearing shorts. I'm glad that I didn't, but it's not cold. This is going to be a cold cruise, but it's not too cold today. And by the way, you could buy tickets for a shuttle bus into Bruges and back, but it was €25, and it's not that expensive, but I really don't want to go to Bruges that badly, so let's see what we find. See, there are tram lines here, but I've not seen a single tram. No trams. I found a cool church. If you come to Europe, you will see a million churches. Never ever seen tennis and mini golf together. Never. Just walking through this very quiet residential area. I think it's so crazy. I'm walking through here, probably the only time in my whole life, and someone lives right there. Someone lives right there. People walk down this street every single day, and this is the one day out of my whole life I'm gonna walk down here. It's crazy. Do you think that cat speaks German or French or Dutch or Belgium? Maybe Belgium. Oh yes, I found it. Welcome to the beach. Welcome to Zeebrugge Beach. I know it's everybody's dream to come to the beach in Belgium. This might be the longest beach. I mean, the widest beach? I don't know. But from the shore all the way to the sea, it's so far. The sea's all the way over there. Let's walk a little bit. So, I got a message recently. Would I be interested in organizing some group trips for like people that watch my videos, like subscribers? And I said yes, but we're probably going to get lost. It's still going to be fun. It's always going to be fun. But, I mean, I didn't expect to be on a beach in Belgium today, but this is definitely going to be the only opportunity in this whole cruise to go to a beach. So here we go, we made it. Looking at the map, you can just walk all the way along the beach to get to Blankenberg. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm give up on the tram. I didn't see a single tram today, but I'm literally going to Blankenberg because a random guy on the street told me. So let's see what happens. By the way, that is the North Sea. And if you keep swimming and swimming and swimming, you'll get back to Southampton. You'll get to England if you keep swimming about a week. The time right now is 12 o'clock and all aboard is 5:30. That means you should be on board at 4:30 because don't risk it. Don't risk it. The ship will absolutely not wait for you. So like that Florida family going to Bruges, they're still waiting at the train station. The next train comes at 12:09 and the train's every hour. I looked at the schedule coming back as well and it's still every hour. So, you know, what they're gonna have 2 hours, 3 hours at most in Bruges and then they have to rush back. It's really not worth it. I didn't want to say it to them, but it's really not worth it. I'm about halfway to Blankenberg and I made it to the North Sea. Definitely no swimming today. I bet that water's cold. I can see Blankenberg in the distance. There's so many of these things on the beach. I assume they're eggs. Does anyone know what kind of eggs these are? There's so many of them. Jellyfish. Jellyfish. So there's people swimming here. There's surfers over here. I see people walking along the pier. That was a long walk. They have free sunscreen over here. I think I just walked probably 50 minutes, almost an hour. I need a Belgian waffle after that. I guess welcome to Blankenberg, Belgium. Still no people, but we're gonna check out the pier first and then we're gonna see what's going on in the town. Why is that one so much shorter than the rest? Welcome to Blankenberg Pier. There's a guy down there on a motorized surfboard. He has a control in his hands and he's like making it go faster and stuff. That's so cool. Look at that. That's amazing. I want to try. Never ever ever tried surfing before. Let's go and see what Blankenberg, Belgium has to offer. I am hoping to take the tram back to Zeebrugge because that was a long walk, but still haven't seen a tram. I'll believe it when I see it. Breaking news, breaking news. We have a tram. We have a tram, we have a tram. Breaking news. Breaking news, there is a tram. It's real, it's real, it's real. There's a tram. So my phone has no service in Belgium, so I just connected to the free Wi-Fi in this hotel here. And I looked up things to do in Blankenberg. And it gave me 4 things. One of them is the beach, already been there. The second one is the pier, already been there. The third one was like some old house, and then the fourth one was a restaurant. So I guess not much to see in Blankenberg. So we're just gonna walk and see what we see. It does seem like a very, very peaceful place to live. Hopefully some Belgians watch this video and tell me about this place. Dream come true, made it to Blankenberg. I know you're jealous. Honestly, the language thing is something that I really don't understand because I've heard Dutch, German and French today. So I really don't understand who speaks what language. I'm guessing it's like the regions people are from. Here at Blankenberg station, they also only have 1 train every single hour. You can get to Genk, you can get to Bruges, but sometimes there's 2 per hour, but yeah, not many trains. I've seen so many churches when I travel, but never seen a Belgian church before. Doors open, let's go inside. I'm telling you, push a door, see what's behind it. I have this whole place to myself. My advice if you ever travel: 1, be spontaneous. 2, be flexible. 3, just push a door, see what happens, see what's behind it. Because I pushed the door and now I'm here. I've been sitting here alone for like 5 minutes, just thinking about life. There's 8 billion people outside. And I was here alone, just for 5 minutes, just me. This is the name of that church. My advice to you, push a door. Whenever I get a chance, I'm gonna see if I'm the only person ever to make a vlog in Blankenberg, Belgium. It's probably me, probably I'm the only one. So the time now is 1:30, plenty of time to get back to the ship, so I'm gonna walk. There's a place called Market and there's a tram station there. So I'm gonna see what I can find on the way. And then when I get there, I'm gonna try and take the tram back to Zeebrugge. I think the family from Florida, they would just be getting to Bruges now. And I mean, they're gonna have 2 hours in Bruges, and then they got to get back. Hopefully the train's not delayed, and hopefully they make the train. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. If you ever take a cruise, make sure you have enough time. Don't risk it. This is the Blankenberg Market tram station, and everybody's confused. There's ladies looking at the screen there, the schedule, like they don't know if it's every 10 minutes or 20 or 30, nobody knows. Over here in the park, they have mini golf, they have a kids park, I think they have tennis over there, there's restaurants, but I think my time in Belgium's come to an end. Let's try and take the tram back to Zeebrugge. This is the ticket machine. I have no idea if I need cycle ticket, I don't know what that means, or just ticket. So 250 or €2 for a cycle ticket. It says cycle ticket on the coastal, so I don't know what that means. I got my ticket for €2. No idea what time it's coming, but everybody's confused. I think I need to be on this side of the street. There's a lot of people waiting over there, but I think that one's going that way and the port's that way. So let's see what happens. Things just got very interesting. So there's also a group of old ladies waiting for the same tram as me, and we've been waiting here for like 45 minutes, and there's been 2 trams on that side, and a bus just pulled up. So one of the old ladies talked to the bus driver. She speaks English. One of the old ladies spoke to the bus driver and said, "Where's the tram?" And he told us that the drivers are striking today, so he has no idea if the tram is coming or not. So maybe the tram's coming, maybe it's not. Like he has no idea. What I don't understand is if they were striking, there'd be no trams. But there's been 2 trams on that side. But surely it's the same trams, right? Because they're going to go to the end, then they're going to come back. So I don't know if one's coming. Right now it's 2 o'clock. I still have plenty of time, but it's going to take me an hour to walk back to the port. So I need to make a decision pretty soon, because I could be waiting here and no tram's coming. The bus driver literally said, I have no idea if a tram's coming because they're striking today. So this has been the 3rd tram on that side. So they've had 3, we've had 0 in the last hour. What is going on? Just met the funniest old lady. She's walking away as well because it's not coming. Well, maybe it's coming, I don't know, but I made a decision. So right now it is 2:10. What I'm gonna do, because I already bought the ticket, I paid €2 for the tram ticket. So the tracks run along the street. So I'm just gonna literally follow the tracks, and there's 4 stations between here and Zeebrugge. So I'm just gonna follow the tracks. If a tram comes, I'm gonna jump on it. If not, then I'm already on the way. So here we go. And I've never cursed in any of the videos on my channel, but I have to say it. So she told me that, she said, "Welcome to Belgium, we live in a shitland." That's what she told me. I checked the Uber and it's gonna cost €80 to get back to the port, which I can't justify it because the tram's €2. So I have the ticket. If it comes, then I'm gonna run after it and get it at the next station. But if it doesn't, then, you know, I'll get back to the port in like an hour. I'm gonna walk slowly because I don't wanna rush. I still have 3 hours before the ship leaves, so we'll make it back somehow. This is exactly what I was saying about going to Bruges, because if I was in Bruges right now and I was waiting for the train to come back to Zeebrugge, I'd be so scared that the ship was gonna leave because, you know, you're stuck. You're stuck. At least I have the option of walking here. Whereas if you're in Bruges, I mean, you can't walk. But yeah, I'm telling you, the ship will not wait for you. People think it will, it won't. The lady also told me that because some of the trams are going, some of them are not. And she said it's because some of the drivers are foreigners. And she said the foreigners like to strike, and then the local people are, yeah. So she said some of the drivers are on strike and some of them are not. I'm literally going to be looking over my shoulder the whole way, but I'm just going to follow the tracks. Just passing by my favorite church in Belgium. We're almost at Blankenberg station. Made it to the first station. So many people waiting. I'm not gonna wait, gonna keep walking. Station 1 down, 3 to go. I have to say, very, very nice place. Very nice town, very peaceful. A lot of old people. Maybe this is like a retirement place, but very unreliable transport. I keep looking at the map to try and figure out how far the next station is, because if I see the tram, I literally need to try and get to the next station to try and jump on. I see another tram going the other way. That's 4. That's 4 that way and none that way. Made it to the pier tram station. The pier's just over there on the beach. No tram in sight. Let's keep walking. There's like 50 kids over here waiting for the tram. It's gonna be a long wait. Very, very lucky with the weather today. Beautiful day. This would be miserable if it was pouring with rain. I can see the tram coming. The next station is pretty far away. The tram is just leaving the pier station now. I don't think I'm gonna make it. 1 tram is coming and I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna try anyway. This is undone. Laces. It's right there. Station's right there. I can't cross the street and it's gone. Missed it. The only tram in the whole of Belgium, and I missed it. There it goes. Thanks, Belgium. Thank you. Thank you in 3 different languages. Thank you. I'm supposed to be on vacation. I would have made it if I didn't have to stop at that traffic light. I mean, I would have made it if there wasn't a strike in Belgium, but you know, life goes on. Let's walk back on the beach just to make me a little bit happier. I don't know if you can see it, but it says Zeebrugge 4.1 and it says Blankenberg 2.5. I'm guessing that's kilometers, so that's how much I'll walk today. Welcome back to the beach. I can still see the ship, so at least I know they didn't leave without me. I bet this beach is just full of people on a nice day in the summer. It's really nice. It's so big. I don't even think Zeebrugge is the smallest port town that the ship is going to stop in for this itinerary, because some of the ports in like Norway and Iceland, they're tiny seaside town, like fishing villages. So I don't know if like all of the people in the village in the small town are like, there's a ship in town today, like there's a ship. I don't know if it's a big deal, because of course over in the Caribbean, people's literal whole business is based on cruise ships stopping in the city, and then like people buying stuff from them, excursions and, you know, souvenirs, restaurants. The last Norwegian cruise that I did, it ended in New York City, and it stops right in New York City, like Manhattan. So it's so different, the kind of ports that you can go to on a ship. So if you haven't been on a cruise before, just try it. Just try it. I mean, today was pretty eventful, but you know, every single day is a different port, every single day is a different experience. We have a few sea days coming up, so that's going to be interesting too, staying on the ship. But you know, it's just life, it's just experiences. And I know that a lot of people that watch my videos, they're solo travelers as well, and they're solo cruisers as well. So they've asked me to like talk a little bit more about that. But it's literally like you're on your own. Like I'm on my own here on a beach in Belgium, and if I miss the train, I have to deal with it. And everything is up to you. Everything's up to you. Imagine if I was with a group of like 6 people and we couldn't take the train into Bruges. We would be standing there for 10 minutes, 30 minutes. What do you want to do? But I want to wait for the next train. But I don't want to go. I want to go back to the ship. I want to walk. It would just be a big mess. And it's like, I don't want to deal with that. I really don't want to deal with that. And that's literally one of the main perks of traveling alone. Of course, it's great to travel with friends, family. It's great to make friends while you're on the ship, which you can absolutely do, which I've done. But you literally do whatever you want to do. Anything that you want to do, it's up to you. But there's a big but. If something goes wrong, you are dealing with it. Nobody's going to come save you. Nobody's going to come save me here. If I was in Bruges right now and then the train was delayed and I could not get back to the ship, I would have to deal with that. I'd have to figure out something. Then tomorrow we're in Amsterdam. So if that family from Florida doesn't make it back, then I guess they need to get to Amsterdam tomorrow and try and join the ship. All I'm saying is just travel. Just go for it. You don't have anyone to go with, great. Go by yourself. Because if you stand around waiting for the perfect travel partner, it's not going to happen. Imagine if I said today, I don't have anybody to explore the city with, so I'm going to stay on the ship. I would have missed out on everything that we've done today. I never would have run after that tram today. You know, it's just life. It's just life. Go and live your own life. That is a cool house, but that is an even cooler house. Looks like something from the future. Welcome back to Zeebrugge. So I left the tram station at 2:10. It's currently 3:30, so I've been walking for an hour and 20 minutes. I swear, if a tram goes by me, I'm going to be so annoyed. I guarantee there's going to be like 5 trams just going by me. What a day. There goes the tram. Thanks, Belgium. Made it back to the cruise terminal. Total money spent today, €2. Made it back to the Norwegian Prima. If you're wondering, just a quick bus ride outside the port, because you're not allowed to walk outside the port. About 2 minutes. Let's get a full view of the ship. Look at that thing. How is this thing floating with all of those people on there? With all of that cake on there. How's it floating? I am boarding the ship at 4:30, and I actually saw the family from Florida, so they made it back. Made it back to the cabin. I think I walked like 10 miles today, but it's 4:40, and at 5 p.m. it is ping pong tournament, so I need to go play table tennis. Definitely got sunburned today. How do you get sunburned on a cold cruise? My cabin is right next to the Haven cabins. This is like the loyalty program. People pay a lot to go in there. I haven't even had anything for lunch. Almost 5 p.m. So I'm gonna go play table tennis, get something to eat, and then I'll probably have a late dinner because I'm gonna have an early dinner, 2 dinners. Yep, that's cruising. I'm heading to the stadium. Speedway's that way, gotta do it one night, but table tennis first. The big drop slide is open. It's called the Rush. I didn't know that you go down on mats. So it goes right from the top deck right down to the bottom. There's another one over here called the Drop. You see him getting in there, and then you fully lay down. And then the floor opens up. It's just pointless. I knew it was gonna happen. Everybody goes there, gets ready, gets excited, and then the Chinese guy just shows up with his own paddle and just beats everybody. I lost in the first round. 中国人喜欢乒乓球. Alright, it's time to get dinner number 1, and then we're gonna get dinner number 2 later. Why you would leave the table like that is crazy. Dinner number 1 was delicious. They had a peach cobbler. I could have had like 5 bowls of it. It was so good. But I'm gonna have a second dinner later because I want to go to one of the dining rooms. 2 of the worst people that you meet in a buffet. 1, people that leave the table in a mess. It's so rude. Don't do it. Don't do it. And number 2, people that walk around the buffet eating. Why? Why? Get your food, sit down and eat. Don't walk around eating. Almost 6 p.m. now, so I'm gonna shower, change, relax a little bit, and then the night is gonna begin. Day 2 outfit is the black polo. We have red chinos and black shoes. Let's go. It is 7 p.m. now. I'm so sunburnt. Oh my gosh, I wish I had more opportunity to wear nice clothes. One day. So the comedian that I saw last night, he has another show that starts right now. And then there's a few other things going on tonight, but we need to try and fit in a real life dinner. Buffet dinner was just a warm up. I keep looking at the watches. I'm very tempted. This is one of the other complimentary dining rooms. I don't think I'm going to go here tonight. I'm going to save that for another day. Starbucks down there with a view. Amazing. So something interesting was happening while I was getting ready. They kept saying somebody's name over and over again on the PA system. So that either means that 1, they're not on board, or 2, they're on board but their card didn't scan properly, so they needed to check if they was on board. So hopefully they made it back. Ooh, a little bit chilly, not too bad. Amazing view. You should do a cruise just for the views. And this is the first ever glass walkway on any ship in the world. Right here, Norwegian Prima. Look at this, they got a full studio. That's cool, never seen that before. That was so much fun. I've seen that band a few times. They're really, really good. They're called Familiar Strangers. So tonight in the theatre is the Donna Summer Show, and it's one of the specialty shows, so you need a reservation for it. I have one in a few days' time. But there's a standby line, and all of these people are right now in the standby line. I don't think all of these people are going to get in, but they said 10 minutes before the show, so 7:50 they start letting these people in. They're just starting to let people in. I have no idea how many extra seats they're going to have, but there was a lot of people waiting.
Live or surrounded by sea.
So that was the trivia, and I did terrible. I did really, really bad. They were difficult questions. One of the questions was, which US state has a flag that's not a rectangle? Ohio. Never knew that. It is now finally time for dinner. We're going to go to the Indulge Food Hall. So I'm in the Indulge Food Hall, and you just sit at your table and you can order from this tablet. There's 7 different restaurants. So they have the Garden, which is soups, the Latin, which is Mexican. They have Asian soups and noodles, Texas Smokehouse, Rotisserie, Indian, and tapas, all at the same restaurant. You just sit here and then they bring it to you. This is Totopas from the Latin Quarter. This is the Picanha from the Rotisserie. Fried pineapple. My review of Indulge, very, very good. Very, very good. I like the fact that you can choose from 7 different restaurants. You can have whatever you want. And this one is called The Local. It's The Local. So this is open 24 hours, and I have the menu here. And this is where you get your cheeseburgers, chicken wings, and American food, basically. But this one's open 24 hours. By the way, I'm terrible at food reviews. I can't understand people that sit there and talk about a steak for like 10 minutes. And you don't need to see me eat. I just eat it, and then I'll tell you if it's good or not. Casino is fun. No, it's not. There's people throwing away hundreds of dollars. It's absolutely crazy. I love watching the casino. I've been watching the roulette for like an hour and people are losing big money. So the theater where the shows normally are, some nights they change it into a club. All of that happened on a cruise ship in the middle of the ocean. Can you believe it? So, quick summary of day 2. Very, very good day. Food was amazing on the ship. The port is, you need to go somewhere else for the port because if you stay inside the port city, there's nothing there. So I had a little walk, a very, very long walk, but today was a good day. Tomorrow we're in Amsterdam. So if you want to see Amsterdam, hit the subscribe because there's going to be a video every single day. I'm going to be on here for 11 days. I'm so happy. I'm so excited. Thank you so much for watching. Hit the like just to tell me that you liked this video. There's so much more to come. So much more. Hit the subscribe. See you tomorrow. Goodbye. Welcome to day 3 of my 11-day cruise on board the Norwegian Prima. Welcome to Amsterdam. Norwegian Prima is just poking around the corner there. And luckily we're very close to Amsterdam city. Amsterdam is the second port of this cruise. Yesterday we were in Zeebrugge, Belgium. It didn't go to plan. Go and watch the first video, but I'm so excited to be back in Amsterdam. I've been here a couple of times. So the cruise is on its way to Norway and Iceland and it's gonna get very, very cold. But yesterday I got sunburned. I got sunburned on a cold cruise. But over there, that's a floating Chinese restaurant. Zhonggor Fan Dian. If you're wondering why I don't have any excursions booked, I literally booked this cruise 2 days before the departure date. But the cruise started on Sunday and I literally booked it on Friday night, so I have nothing planned. It was literally a spontaneous thing. I saw it and I booked it so quickly. Amsterdam is special to me because there's a museum here dedicated to a guy that's one of my favorite people in history. And we're gonna go there later. I'll explain why I like him so much. But yeah, Amsterdam's really cool. Definitely add it to your travel list. It's not too sunny today, so I can take the hat off. But most of the passengers on the cruise are Americans. And a lot of them are from Florida. So I hope they're prepared for the cold weather that's to come because, yeah, a lot of people that I've spoken to, this is their first time in Europe. So no excursions today, definitely no public transport today after yesterday's disaster. But we're just gonna walk around the city, see what we find. Rule number 1 of Amsterdam is do not walk in the bike lanes. Absolutely, under no circumstances, don't do it. Because 1, the bikes won't stop for you. And 2, if they hit you, it's your fault. Don't walk in the bike lane. Here's another tip for my American friends. So yesterday, I met a mum and 2 daughters. They were from West Palm Beach, Florida. And one of the daughters was 21 years old. The other daughter was 18 years old. And they were both drunk. Okay? So, if you're 18 years old, you can drink on a cruise. So just because they can't drink at home in the US, they can drink on a cruise. So remember that before you cruise with your 18-year-old. I gotta make a dash across the bike lane. Gotta do it fast. So I met them last night in the casino. Casino is a crazy place. I play a little bit. I like to play the roulette, but some of the money people are losing in the casino is crazy. But this mom and 2 daughters, they kept winning and winning and winning, but they kept screaming. They were so happy, and then soon the whole casino was just watching them and being excited for them. It was so good. When you arrive in the Amsterdam cruise terminal, they're gonna give you a free map. And our first destination is over there. We're gonna go on the roof. The Norwegian Prima is looking beautiful. What do you think? Welcome to the Nemo Science Museum. Let's go on the roof. Just in the distance, we can see the beautiful Norwegian Prima. Amazing ship. It's only 2 years old. Most cities have the hop-on, hop-off bus. Amsterdam has the hop-on, hop-off boat. We are on the roof of the Science Museum. Cool. Just inside the restaurant, they do have a real life science museum here. It's really cool. I went in there before. We're not going to go in today, but really cool. Here is the restaurant on the roof. It just started raining, but there's a whole Amsterdam out there, so let's go and see it. So there is a fee to go inside the science museum, but you can come on the roof for free. Last time I was here, there was flowers everywhere. It was in the summer, so maybe they do that during the summer, but there is something in Amsterdam called the Amsterdam card, and it gets you access to so many attractions, and a lot of the places that we're going to go today, you can gain access with the Amsterdam card. There's 2 ways to get to the roof. So if you go to the right side, there's steps all the way to the roof, or if you go to the left side, you can go inside the museum. There's an elevator to the top. Uh-oh, someone's in trouble. Amsterdam has trams too. We're not going to talk about trams today after yesterday's disaster in Belgium. Just past the botanical gardens over there, and even the tram tracks are joining in with the theming. Everybody speaks English, but Holland is another country that has no signs in English. I love these instructions. If the water keeps running, smack the button a couple of times. So over here is a memorial to, I think it's Auschwitz. Maybe I'm saying it wrong, but I'm gonna put what this says in the description because it's very, very, very powerful. And as you can see, the glass is broken. So the artist wanted to break the glass, so he said that nobody should be able to see the blue sky perfectly ever again because the world was not perfect at that time for those people. Go and read it in the description. I'm going to write it in the description. Go and read it. It's very powerful. It says that 140,000 Jewish people lived in the Netherlands, and after everything happened, only 5,000 returned. So everybody knows what happened to the rest of them. So sad. That memorial is in Werthelm Park, just across the street from the Botanical Gardens. Definitely go and see that if you're in Amsterdam. As soon as you arrive in Amsterdam, you'll notice a few negatives. One of them is trash absolutely everywhere. The streets are filthy. There's a few other negatives that I'll talk about later, but it's so sad that cities get ruined by simple stuff. When I mean simple stuff, it's stuff that you can fix. You know, there's absolutely no reason why the street should be dirty. Why do people put trash in the street? I don't get it. Look at these, Tesla. 2 Teslas. I wonder if they belong to the same people. Probably. Nice houses down here. Reminds me of London. Amsterdam is known as the Venice of the North, like North Europe, because there's canals everywhere. And if you're wondering, do cars ever end up in the canals? Yes, they do. I remember reading that during the lockdowns, the canals in Venice and of course Amsterdam weren't being used. So they're very dirty because there's a lot of boats and whatever. But of course it started to clean up, and they found so many cars and bikes and other stuff in the canals because you couldn't see it when the river was dirty. All of these houses down here are very, very tall, and they all have like doors under the steps. And I remember when I was in Germany, I said the same thing. Can someone tell me why there's like small doors next to the main doors? And somebody told me that it's for the servants. So it goes, the small doors go down to like the servants' quarters. So I wonder if that's the same here. But I assume now they're like other flats or other apartments that are built down there. There's so many of these cool houseboats. I wonder how the price compares to a house. I'm sure it's much cheaper, but I wonder how much one of these goes for. There's so many of them. So with so many canals in the city, they need ways to cross the canal. There's over 1,250 bridges in Amsterdam, and this one is the most famous. This is the Skinny Bridge. No cars allowed, only bikes, pedestrians. When I saw it online, I thought it was going to be skinnier than that, but that is the Skinny Bridge. And over there, I just overheard a tour guide talking. So that is the Opera and Ballet House. And he said that Monet, the painter, he used to sit on the roof and paint on the roof of that. Amazing. Amsterdam is not too bad for the skinny roads. Venice has very, very skinny roads, but every house has flowers outside. And the canal is right there. If you think of Amsterdam, you probably think of the red light district. And we're entering the red light district right now. I don't actually know the story of why Amsterdam became known for that kind of stuff. I don't know. But Amsterdam's definitely not a kind of place that you want to be late at night. You don't want to be walking around. My first impressions, there's a lot of clothing stores, there's a lot of toy stores, and museums. Here's an example. It's closed right now, but you can just imagine what goes on here at night. Red Light Secrets Museum. There are so many of these doors. Room for rent. On the other side as well. So many doors. Very, very interesting. Some of the signs says 180 euros. Yeah, I don't know what you get for that. The last time I was here, I remember these. It's like a vending machine. Look, there's burgers inside. Burgers. How cool is that? Sichuan-Thai. I just walked down this side alleyway, and let's just say that the windows and doors are not empty down this street. Of course, I'm not going to show you anything in the video because of YouTube rules, and I know kids watch my videos, but it's not my kind of thing, it's not my kind of place. And yeah, I wonder, because there's like hotels here, there's people that live here. I wonder if people have booked hotels not knowing which area they're staying in, and then they end up walking around and seeing stuff. It's not nice, don't bring your kids here. But there is a Dunkin' Donuts, who knew? That thing is called De Dam. And that is the Royal Palace of Amsterdam. I don't know what royal connection that has. The royal family lives there, I don't know. But it's literally down the street from all of that stuff. What a bad place, what a bad location. Next to the Royal Palace is Madame Tussauds. Funny story, this morning when I was at breakfast at the buffet, I was talking to one of the waiters. I was like, what should I do in Amsterdam? And he was like, go to Madame Tussauds, you can see J-Lo, Jennifer Lopez. It's a huge place, maybe it is the royal residence. I have no data on my phone, so I can't look anything up. But this square is huge. I wonder if this is where they have the Christmas market. They should do it here if they don't. But I'm sure the royal family always leaves their home and gets a hot dog right there. I'm standing next to H&M using their free Wi-Fi. But the Royal Palace was built in the 17th century, and it was built for the Royal Palace of King Louis Napoleon. So it is a royal residence. Let's keep walking. I don't know if it's gonna rain. I can feel a few drops, but we have a few more stops in Amsterdam. All aboard, 5:30. It's currently 1:15. Do not be late. The ship will not wait for you. Yesterday someone was missing. Candy store. Fishing for bikes. And all those bikes that he found. See, I told you, I don't just make stuff up. I do research. So many bikes and cars go into the canals. As you can see, the bikes are absolutely everywhere. It seems like everybody in Amsterdam has their own bike. I wonder if they just scrap those bikes that they find in the canal, or they try and find the owner. You got to be very, very careful of the bikes, but it definitely takes the number of cars on the road way down, because so everybody rides a bike. So the roads are not that crazy, to be honest, but they would be if people didn't ride bikes and drove cars. So that is the Rijksmuseum. Yes, I did have to ask how to say it. Rijks. I hope I said it right. But yeah, it's huge. So huge. You need a ticket to go inside. We're not going to go inside today, but the Amsterdam card can get you inside there. It's such a shame because there's a museum. And the last time I came here, there was a huge fountain here. It was massive. But I guess they're rebuilding it. Here is the Rijksgarden. You see it goes underground. It's massive. That's the museum. Please tell me whose idea was this. Look at this basketball court. Why would they not just make one court? Why have they got two halves like that, facing away from each other? Strange. If you're watching this and you speak more than one language, you'll understand that sometimes you listen to other people's conversations and you can understand, but they don't know that you understand. And it always happens to me because nobody expects that I can speak Chinese. And of course, whenever I travel, there's always Chinese tourists everywhere. So I just overheard these three Chinese girls having a conversation. They said, "Xia yula," which means it's raining. And I said, "Ni wangji ni de yusan ma," which means did you forget your umbrella? She looked at me like I was an alien or something. Yeah, it's so funny that people don't expect me to understand, but I do. Okay, so over there is the Rijksmuseum. I probably said it wrong, but right there. So now I'm going to talk about somebody who's one of my favorite people in history, and one of the most misunderstood people in history, I think. And I think that's why I like him, because one, he was an artist. Two, everybody thought he was crazy. Three, he died extremely poor. And after he died, his artwork started to sell millions and millions. But while he was alive, his artwork didn't sell. He was very misunderstood during his life, and he died in a horrible way. And it's just terrible now that his artwork started to make so much money after he died, because while he was alive, he had nothing. He died very, very poor. But imagine this. So you're sitting there, maybe you're on the street, walking down the street, and a crazy guy, you know he's crazy, he looks crazy. He asks you, "I'm an artist, can I do a painting of you? Can I do a drawing of you?" You would say no, everybody would say no. So can you really blame everybody for casting him aside? it's difficult to say because I think the same thing would happen now. Even if they're the greatest artist in the world, the most famous artist in the world, if they're crazy and nobody knows who they are, then everybody would say no. That is what happened to Vincent van Gogh. Some people say Van Gogh, but right here is the museum, the Van Gogh Museum. And I've been inside there and it's one of the coolest things I've ever done because, you know, when people ask that question, if you could have dinner with 5 people dead or alive, who would it be? Van Gogh would be one of mine. He would definitely be one of my choices because just such a misunderstood person. And like I said, he was so appreciated after he died. His paintings and his artwork made so much money after he died. But while he was alive, no one cared about him. Everybody thought he was crazy. Nobody gave him a chance. And he died with nothing. He died with nothing. He died so poor. He died as a peasant. And then after he died, he was so valuable. Well, he wasn't valuable anymore, but his artwork was valuable, and it's just so sad. But the same thing would happen today. You know, if a crazy person wanted to do some drawings or paintings of people in the street, everybody would say no. But they could end up being one of the most famous artists in the world. So, you know, just society. Society is sad, but there it is, the Van Gogh Museum. I 100% recommend you go inside there if you visit Amsterdam. One of the coolest things I've ever done. One of my favorite people in history. I loved what he represented, and I loved the lesson that it taught humanity. I mean, we haven't really learned the lesson because we still cast aside people for being crazy or people that we think they don't fit into society or whatever. But he ended up being one of the most famous people ever. Definitely one of the most famous artists ever. But he has a whole museum here in Amsterdam. Definitely check it out. Right next to the Reich Museum. Probably said it wrong again, but who cares? Right there, Van Gogh Museum. That dog understands Dutch. Definitely visit Van Gogh Museum. If you do anything in Amsterdam, go there. Please go there. Very fascinating place. Fascinating man. And it's a sad story. Will we ever learn from it? No, we never ever will, because people get treated the same way today. You know. It is now 2 p.m. We have plenty of time to get back to the ship, and the ship docks right inside the city. I hate the ports and airports that are so far away from the city. We have one more destination in Amsterdam, then I want to go and eat cake. But I missed lunch yesterday and just had 2 dinners, so we might end up doing the same thing today. Fun fact, all of the traveling I've done, I've never ever been inside a Hard Rock Cafe. Never. Fibo is that restaurant I showed you with the vending machine with the burgers inside, and here's a store that just sells ducks. How many do they sell? How do they stay in business? I wonder who lives in these big houses now. Very rich people, I think. And I read that, I think it's something to do with the banks. Like, there's a few streets that were owned by bankers, like very rich bankers, like right on the canal. Because the streets are so narrow, you see so many of these cars, the 2-seaters, they're so small. Look how small that is. All electric. They're absolutely tiny. I want one. I think they're so cool. Me too, me too. We are almost at our next destination. I've been walking for like 30 minutes. Too much walking for a holiday. But the next destination is probably the most famous place in Amsterdam. It's the #1 place where most of the tourists go to. But the Dutch people don't think it's all that. I remember seeing an interview with some Dutch people, and they were asked, what is the most overrated thing to see in Amsterdam? And they said, this place. And this is the Anne Frank house. And the way the Dutch people described it is, it's just a house. That's what they said. They said, why is it overrated? They said, it's just a house. And it's a house. I'm not going to tell you the history about Anne Frank or anything like that, but is that justified? It's just a house? I mean, Buckingham Palace is just a building, you know, so I don't know. But there it is, Anne Frank house. My tip would to be definitely get tickets online, because there's a sign that said, sorry, sold out today, so it's very difficult to get tickets if you just show up here. And usually in the morning the line's like super long, so yeah, definitely get tickets in advance. Okay, that was Amsterdam. I'm done. I've been walking for 4 hours. It's 2:30. Let's go back to the ship, get some cake. Almost back at the cruise port now. My opinion about Amsterdam. It used to be one of my favorite cities in Europe, but it's not as good as I remember. It's been a few years since I came here, but it gets ruined by a few things, just like so many European countries. 1, so much graffiti, so much. It's so ugly, I don't get it. 2, homeless people everywhere. Absolutely everywhere, homeless people. People begging. I got asked for money like 20 times today, and it does get annoying. I know, like, people have to survive, but you know, you don't want to see it, basically. Number 3, you will have people come up to you in the street and offer you illegal stuff. Use your imagination. Number 4, smoke everywhere. absolutely everywhere. It stinks. I hate it. It's one of my, it's one thing that drives me crazy. People walking in front of me, smoking all over me. It's disgusting. Unfortunately, the streets are very, very, very dirty. Rubbish everywhere, trash everywhere. It's disgusting. It's not nice to see. And also, Amsterdam is very expensive. I don't think it's as expensive as Copenhagen. Maybe just a little bit lower, but very, very expensive place. Used to be one of my favorites, but it's all right. Back on the ship now. Quick first dinner, and then we're gonna have a real dinner later. Just a little first dinner. Back in the cabin now. It feels so good to come back to a clean cabin. So 4:30, there's a solo travelers meeting at 5. I do want to go to it, but I want to rest for a little bit, so I'm gonna take a shower, change, and then I'll probably go to the meeting at 5. And then the show tonight is Magicians, and there's a lot going on tonight. Day 3 outfits: space t-shirt, grey sweatpants, and black and white Nikes. Let's go. Now 5:05, so I'm late for the solo travelers gathering. I missed the meeting yesterday because I was playing ping pong and I lost in the first round of the tournament, but try and make it the third day. Some people think that just because you travel alone, you stay alone for the whole time. Absolutely not. You really think you're the only one traveling alone? The last meeting on the first day, there was 42 solo travelers. So, you know, if you want to make friends in the same situation as you definitely can. If you want to stay alone, stay alone. Nobody's going to argue with you, but there's many opportunities to meet people.
The eyes on the screen. Number 4, what do you think is the time?
So I made it to the solo travelers gathering, but they had an 80s movie trivia. I wasn't even born in the 80s. So like I said yesterday, I'm definitely the youngest solo traveler on this ship. So they put us in teams, and I was like, guys, like, to be honest, I know, you know, I'm going to be no help at all. I'm going to be here for moral support. Now, I literally didn't know a single movie. Wasn't even born. It is now 5:45. We're about to set sail from Amsterdam. Sea day tomorrow. Ooh, it's magic. I still need to do the wave water slide sometime. Looks really cool. This is a place I came to on the first day, but nothing was switched on. It wasn't open. This is Galaxy Pavilion. It's the arcade area. Looks so cool. This is like a kid's dream. Another thing I've never ever done is escape room. They have them here. That's cool. All of the games in there, like, you have to pay individually, and I just asked her, is there like a pass where you get unlimited games? She said yes, but you can only buy it in the first 2 days, and it's $180, which is a good deal because some of those games are like $9 just to play once. So they've been making announcements for like 10 minutes for 6 different people. So that means they're either not on board or they're on board and their cars didn't scan. So maybe they're still in Amsterdam. Casino is not open yet. It can only be open when the ship is sailing. People are just lining up to lose their money. So I was walking through the atrium, and then I saw 2 older ladies that I saw in their solo travelers gathering, and they were doing another trivia. And they was like, join our team, and we literally won. We literally won. 2 older British ladies who we were just gossiping about people in the solo meeting. It was so funny, but yeah, we won. This is what the prize is. It's a nice bag. Winners. So of course I have an inside cabin. I think this inside cabin is bigger than the other inside cabins because I'm kind of on the end. So all the cabins go this way, this way, this way, and then mine is the other way. So we get a little bit more extra room. So my cabin and this one. So we're bigger than these ones because I think the other cabins don't have like this hallway area. So I think you would cut this off and then this would be your inside cabin. But I have this area plus the hallway there that goes into the bathroom. So I think mine's bigger than everybody else's. And soon I have a video coming up that's going to compare MSC to Norwegian Cruise Line because I've cruised on both of them in the last year. And one thing that Norwegian does that MSC doesn't do is both of them have solo meetings, but NCL has a crew member there, so it's hosted, and it makes such a difference because they've made a schedule. So this is the schedule for the solo travelers. So they're going to dinner together, they're going to the shows together, they have karaoke. So if you're thinking about doing a solo cruise but you think you're going to be on your own, stay on your own if you want to. But if you want to meet friends, if you want to do things with other people, you can definitely do that. They've literally made a whole schedule, and you go if you want to. Of course, you don't have to go, but there's dinner. There's so much stuff going on. It's 7 p.m. now, and there's 2 shows tonight of The Magician. So at 7 p.m., 9 p.m. Of course, I'm going to go to the 9 p.m. I'm not that hungry now, but I am going to go to dinner just because there's something at 8:30 that I want to do, and then the show at 9. So I don't want to be late for that. So let's go to the Commodore room for dinner. On board there are 5 complimentary restaurants that I can go to. I don't care too much about specialty dining, but if you're interested, there's a steak restaurant, Italian, there's sushi, there's a lot if you want to pay extra, but I'm okay with the dining rooms. So this is a new one for me, Commodore.
Welcome to the Commodore room, another beautiful dining room on board the Norwegian Prima. Today's meal started with the bread and I had a Waldorf salad. What makes it a Waldorf salad is it has walnuts. The main course, the entree, was a barbecue mix grill, a bunch of different meats, and of course French fries. My dinner finished with a chocolate s'mores brownie.
Here is the menu for the Commodore. It was good. I think I didn't order the correct things because I wasn't crazy about any of it, but very good service, very good food, and another great dinner. If you're wondering about the menu, they always have like 5 or 6 options every single night, and then they have some specialty things like on different nights. So you can always get a steak if you want, you can always get pasta if you want, and then they would change it up. Of course, there's so many shops on board. One day I will show all the shops. There's a lot of stuff. Handbags, there's watches down there, there's jewelry, there's a lot you can buy tax-free. Hello everyone. I don't even know the last thing that I filmed, but today was a great day. I didn't even make it to the magic show. I bumped into some people from the solo meeting and we had some drinks. We went to karaoke. We went to this Johnny Cash thing. Oh my God, the Johnny Cash thing was so good. They played some Johnny Cash songs. They played some really, really old songs and everyone was singing along. It was so good. It was amazing. I have a few clips of it, but I don't know what the last thing I filmed was. But quick review of Amsterdam. It's all right. It's all right. The only advantage is that the ship docks right inside the city center, so you can literally walk off the ship and be in Amsterdam. So take a tour or something, but apart from that, Amsterdam's all right. Nothing special in my opinion, but you know, if you're visiting for the first time, there's a lot to see. The Anne Frank house, a lot of people that I spoke to went to the Anne Frank house, but it's very difficult to get tickets, so get them online before. Definitely plan to do that if you want to do that, but it's just a house. Anyway, tomorrow's a sea day. No idea what's going on, no idea what's happening, because I have a schedule. I have the freestyle daily, day 4, sea day. Don't know what's going on. I'll probably play a bit of ping pong, get beaten by some Chinese man again, but you know, today was a great day. I'm so glad to be on this cruise. I'm so happy to be on this cruise. If you're a solo traveler, don't worry, just do it. Life's too short and you're gonna meet people in the same situation as you. I just met so many people and we literally bumped into each other and I didn't film anything because we watched the Johnny Cash show and then we went to the bar and then ended up in the club and you know, just cruising. It's just cruising. But today was a great day. Thank you so much. Norwegian Prima is beautiful. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, then hit the like just to tell me that you liked it and subscribe to see 8 more days because today's day 3 finished. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning and today was great. So thank you so much and I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye. Zaijian. Adios. It is officially a cold cruise. Why didn't I go to the Caribbean? It's a chilly day here in Bergen, Norway. Today is day 5 of my 11-day cruise. We have had very nice weather up to now. We've been to Belgium and the Netherlands. Yesterday was a sea day. It rained all day, so I did nothing, didn't film anything. But today is our first stop in Norway. We have 3 ports in Norway and then we have 3 ports in Iceland. The weather is going to get worse. It was expected to rain today, but nothing so far. Blue skies, we love to see it. But some of these people did not prepare for a cold cruise. So many kids just wearing a sweater and they didn't prepare. Probably Floridians. The Scandinavians love to paint their buildings different colors. Look at that one. Nice pink one, but I have no plans today. I have no excursions. I literally booked this cruise 2 days before the departure date, so I have nothing. But that doesn't mean we're not going to have fun, because we always seem to find something. And I know there's a funicular to the top of one of the mountains, and I know you can walk up there, so that's what I'm trying to find. Look at this cool area. They got some waterfalls. You have a slide here for the kids. Very nice place. Don't know if you can see it, but the Norwegian Prima is right there, right there. Today's going to be a great day. It's going to be a great cruise. So excited that I did this itinerary because it seems like everybody wants to do a hot cruise, but a cold cruise it's so different because of course you go to different kind of ports. Look at that phone box library. I have a confession to make because last year I did a trip around all the Scandinavian countries and the Balkan countries, and I said that Norway was my least favorite. And I had so many Norwegians send me messages and comments to say, well, it's not fair, it's not fair. I only visited Oslo. And they told me that Oslo doesn't represent Norway. And I was so confused because how can the capital city of a country not represent the country? So this is the chance. This is Norway's chance. I'm visiting 3 different cities during this cruise in Norway. So let's see if they were right. Because at this point, I've only been to Oslo and I didn't like it. Look at that view. I can see the vernacular going up. I just asked a couple of guys over there and they said you can walk up there, which I would rather do rather than take the vernacular. So they just said just go around there and you'll see it. Amazing view. It turned colder, that's where it ends. Some of these people definitely did not look at the itinerary and the weather forecast because they are not prepared, and it's going to get colder. Today is nothing compared to what we're going to get in Iceland, but still trying to find the entrance to the walkway. I'm just following the vernacular. I see the vernacular. So this is the entrance to the vernacular. It's not that expensive. It's 180 Norwegian crowns, which is like $17 US to go up and back. But I have plenty of time and I just want to walk. So the guy in there just showed me the Google Maps. It's going to take about an hour. Dog and cat meet. Dog, cat, cat, dog. Dog is interested, cat is not. We're gonna have some nice views at the top. So the really nice guy in the office down there, he told me that it's not an easy hike. So if you can't walk that far, then definitely take the vernacular. A lot of people down there, so many people lining up. And they said vernaculars every 10 minutes. I'm always fascinated by tourist attractions, any tourist attraction really, because someone lives there. Someone lives there, and then people come from all the way around the world to walk past their house. I think it's so funny. So this is video number 4, and if you've watched from the beginning of the cruise, you know that I booked this cruise super last minute, literally 2 days before the departure date, so I didn't book any excursions. My advice with excursions is definitely do your research because the excursions through the cruise are very expensive. Very, very expensive. Sometimes you don't even need them. Like one of the excursions for Bergen was a vernacular, but you can literally walk up there 10 minutes and get a ticket by yourself. Like, do you really need to pay double the price to you know? Anyway, but definitely do your research on excursions. You might save a lot of money doing it by yourself. I am following the map. There are absolutely no signs to say go this way, go this way. So definitely put the location into your phone, follow the map, because there's no signs. So yesterday, just take a rest from filming, didn't film anything. The main show yesterday was Donna Summer. It's like one of the production car shows. It was okay. It wasn't my favorite. When I cruised on the Norwegian Getaway, they had $1 Million Quartet, which was unbelievable. The best show I've ever seen at sea. It was about Elvis and Johnny Cash, and it was just unreal. And the Getaway also had Burn the Floor, which is another amazing show. But yeah, Donna Summer, maybe I didn't like it because I didn't know many of the songs. I only know a few of them. Amazing, talented cast, but yeah, wasn't my favorite show. You see what I mean about the map? If I didn't have the map, I wouldn't know it was this way. So definitely get a location on the map. There is our first view. Norwegian Prima right there. We can get a better view. We're going to take it off-roading. People live here. Absolutely crazy. Let's get another view. You can just see the Prima. There are a few other ships over here. Couldn't really see which ones they were, but a few ships in Bergen today. This is where I'm going. No idea how to say that. It's so funny that most people want to do a hot cruise. They want to go to the Caribbean, but so many people want to go to Alaska. Alaska is one of the most popular tour places for cruises, but people don't mind the cold in Alaska. Europe definitely offers something very different, especially for Americans, of course. And last night I got chatting to a lady. She cruises 10 months out of the year, so she's only home for 2 months. She's American, and yeah, all she does is cruise. And I see so many like cruise vlogs of people, families. They keep going back to the Caribbean. They always go to Miami, they always go to Fort Lauderdale, and they always go to the Caribbean. and they're like, yeah, we're in Nassau today, yeah, we're in Jamaica today. They've been there like 20 times. Like, there's a whole world out there. So many places you can cruise. I know you have to fly somewhere to get the ship, but you know, stop going back to the Caribbean, because some people don't even get off the ship just because they've been to the port so many times. And I know you're watching this, Mrs. 2. Take my favorite mini cruiser to Europe. She will love it. So many opportunities to see new places and different ships and different itineraries, different countries, because you know, you can only go to the Caribbean so much, right, Mrs. 2? So I went off-road a little too much and I ended up in this like village area. So I just asked two guys and they said you can either go that way into the city or into the town, or you can go that way up the mountains. He said go this way, it's way better. Wow, this is a beautiful hike. Just a quick word on reboarding the ship. Today's onboard time is 4:30 and the previous ports have been 5:30. So when you get off the ship, make sure you know what time you need to be back, because the ship will not wait for you. Going back to the excursions, they're always more expensive if you buy an excursion through the cruise line. And a lot of people like to do this because that is the only time the ship will wait for you. If I book an excursion through the cruise ship and the bus breaks down or something happens, the ship will wait for me because I'm on an official excursion from the ship. But if I step onto the port, book something myself, and the bus breaks down, they're not waiting for me. So I definitely understand why people book through the cruise line, because you're guaranteed to get back on the ship. But I mean, just don't risk it. Don't risk something you have to drive 5 hours out of the way to get there. Don't risk something that's going to take all days. You know, just don't risk it. There are a few people walking up, not as many as I expected. A lot of people are taking a vernacular because it's not an easy walk. So if you're going to struggle walking up here, definitely take the vernacular. Not too expensive. Great view of the ship from here. Wow, such a great way to travel, cruising. I read every single comment that someone writes on any of my videos. So write a comment right now, tell me what you think about the cruise series so far. And I've just been reading some of the comments from the 5 countries in 5 days series. Thank you for watching those videos. I had so much fun. Completely different way to travel, completely different, because cruising, everything's right there for you. If you're traveling normally, you have to find your own accommodation, your own food, your own transport, everything you have to find it. But cruising, everything's right there for you. 5 minutes I can get to food, entertainment, everything. It's also so easy to meet people when you're cruising. I've met so many people. The accent's been causing problems. People keep talking to me about politics because they think I'm American. A great view of the ship from here. And there's a nursery there. Kids outside playing on the mountains. They have a whole village up here. There's a cafe, gift shop, restaurant, playground. Bergen is way bigger than I expected. One of these ports, I saw a picture of it. It looks like it's like 20 houses or something. I thought it was Bergen, but it's not. This is one of those places where, when I went to Oslo, people said I should have went to Bergen, So here it is, I'm in Bergen. It's pretty funny because I'm very good at geography. And the reason I'm good at geography is because if a city has a football team, I know where it is. And the football stadium's right there. There's a sign there about mountain goats. It says you should see them in this area, and they're called cashmere goats. And it says feel free to take selfies with them, they like it. I'm going nowhere near, I'd like to see one, but I'm going nowhere near a goat. They all have names. There's like a pen here, none of them are in there, so they must be out playing somewhere. That's a cool tree house. Pineapple tree house. Keeping my eyes peeled for goats. Nothing yet. There are so many kids here. I love seeing parents bring their kids to places like this and take them hiking and camping. I think it's so good for them because, I mean, we all know about technology and kids today, but yeah, giving them this experience is so good. Especially in these countries too. I feel like not necessarily Europe, but like Northern Europe, it's cold, so they get out in nature. They have a bike hire place up here, so there must be a lot of trails, riding trails around. I love these. I think they're so cool. The material is so nice. So these are 950 Norwegian crowns, which is 90 US dollars. Really good quality. I'm gonna take the funicular down. It's 90 Norwegian crowns, which is $8.50. Made it back down. That's the funicular entrance. Raining again. I think the hike is alright. If you have time and if you are able to do it, then definitely do it. But funicular not that expensive, so funicular is literally like 2 minutes down. The time now is 1:30. I'm just gonna go back to the ship. Not too much in Bergen that I want to see. It's a nice place. It's alright. My opinion on Norway hasn't changed yet, but we still have 2 more ports in Norway. Let's go back to the ship, get some cake. It's funny because the first 2 ports of the cruise, I got back to the ship too late and I missed lunch, so I just had 2 dinners, because you can have as many dinners as you want on a ship. But we're actually going to be back in time for lunch this time, but I still might have 2 dinners later, but we are going to get lunch today. One last look at Bergen, Norway. Norway is extremely expensive. Very, very expensive place. And also some homeless people here. Nowhere's a great place to be a homeless, but Bergen, Norway, not a good place, too cold. When I looked up things to do in Bergen, there was a lot of war stuff. I would love to do a tour on segways. It looks so much fun. Here's a tip: when you get off the ship, save the location where the ship is, because I'm kind of just walking hoping that it's down here. And if you say just go to the harbor, yeah, but there's 8 harbors. There's not just one big harbor. Bergen is definitely, oh, I see the ship. There it is. Bergen is definitely a very quiet place. No problemo. There it is, Norwegian Prima, still here, didn't leave me behind. Imagine this was your window. You just woke up one day, looked outside, you didn't know that the ship was in port today, and then you see that. Crazy. Found it. Back on the ship, just gonna get a quick lunch in the buffet. Didn't even know there was a panini station. It's usually pizza. Taco station. Lunch with a view. I love coming back to a nice clean cabin. It's currently 3 p.m. so I'm gonna relax, take a shower, and then get ready for tonight. Day 5 ready to go. Red sweater, red chinos, and black and white Nikes. Let's go. There's definitely no right way to cruise. You do whatever you want to do. If you want to relax, if you want to go party, if you want to drink, you literally do anything you want to do. So many people like to bring their books and read. If that's what makes you happy, then do it. I was going to do trivia, but I'm too late. These atriums are so cool. This atrium is very, very small compared to the bigger ships, but 3 stories. They have so much merchandise. Norwegian Cruise Line, so many of the kids get these captain's hats. They're so cute. Got some Sony cameras. They are not cheap. They have GoPros too. These cameras are so cool, but very expensive. I love watching the casino. I like watching the roulette. People are losing big money, but they don't even care when they win, because you see them win 200, they've already lost 500, so it doesn't mean anything to them. This is the show I watched last night, Summer. Donna Summer musical. Really, really talented people, but not my thing. Didn't know many of the songs. And this is the show tonight. Swedish vocalist. She's gonna do Broadway songs. Again, not my thing. I watch a little bit of it before dinner, but not my thing. Amazing, talented singer, but definitely not my thing. It's dinner time. I'm gonna go to Indulge Food Hall tonight. 7 restaurants in one. So in here they have a few different stations where they're actually cooking the food and preparing the food, but you can sit anywhere. So even if you sit next to this one, you can order from any of the restaurants. Every table has this cool tablet, and you just choose the kitchen that you want to order from, and then they bring it. So you can get literally, you get a starter from one restaurant, you get a main course from another, and then a dessert from another. It's amazing. So they have Indian, they have rotisserie, smokehouse, they have Mexican, anything. So I've got a few different things here. I have a garlic naan, deviled eggs, steak fries, and brisket. Here's the dessert, so you just come and grab whatever you want. This place is really cool. Completely different kitchens next to each other. That was great. I love that you can pick anything you want from so many different kitchens. The brisket, amazing, but the deviled eggs, so good. There is always something going on. Music everywhere. At 9:30, there's a tribute to Fleetwood Mac show. And it's currently PM and people are already in line to get a seat because the venue's not that big. It's in St. Normans, but people line up for a long time to get in.
Times go bad, we can't get enough. Don't you lay me down in the
Where I've been.
stop thinking about tomorrow.
That was a tribute to Fleetwood Mac Rumours. Another great day here on the Norwegian Prima. That was the end of day 5. Quick review of today. The port's okay. Bergen, Norway, it's alright. Tomorrow, we're still in Norway and we're in Geiranger. So, if you want to see that, then hit the subscribe. Today, dinner was amazing. Service is always going to be amazing. The weather is going to get colder, but that's okay. It's a cold cruise, but thank you so much for watching day 5. We're on here for 5 more days. 5 more days. So, thank you for watching. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye. This might be one of the best sailings in the world. Look at that. We're sailing into Geiranger, Norway. It is currently 3 degrees Celsius. I'm wrapped up nice and warm. Let's go and see Geiranger, Norway. I'm always blown away by how beautiful this ship is. Norwegian Prima. This is absolutely beautiful. One of the most amazing things I've ever seen. Look at this place. This is amazing. Oh my gosh. People actually live here. Wow. At the moment the temperature is perfect. Look at this. This is unbelievable. Travel if you can, travel. Go and see the world. This is unbelievable. Looks like a fairy tale. Wow. I am just mesmerized by this place. So here they have the hop on hop off bus. There's so many tours going somewhere. There's boat tours, there's whale watching, there's so much stuff, but I think I'm just gonna walk and see what I find. So there's a ticket office here. There's so many people inside trying to get ferry tickets. There's souvenir shops, there's a restaurant, it's amazing. That is the Villa Hotel Geiranger, and that is the Norwegian Prima. Oh my gosh, this is absolutely amazing. Like, I can't even describe it. I woke up at 7 a.m. this morning to watch the sailing, going through the fjords. Absolutely amazing. like unbelievable. Wow, that would be a cool tour. Wow, looks so fun. And here we go, the hike begins. So I've got two options. I looked at the map down there, got a few viewpoints. So one of them is an hour and the other one is almost 2 hours. So it's only 11 o'clock now, so plenty of time. I can just picture the view from up there, because from down here it's amazing, but from up there it's going to be unbelievable. Here is the map that I'm following, and I can't close it. I need to keep it open because I don't have service. I just use the Wi-Fi down there at the tourist point, so hopefully I don't lose the route. It just blows my mind. Like I can't even work. Like somebody lives there and sees that every single day. Somebody wakes up, opens the doors and sees that every single. I just don't get it. All of these people, they wake up every single day and see that. Well, they don't see a shit, but they see that view. Unbelievable. Life is just crazy. I just waved at the lady. There's a lady standing right there. That's her kitchen. I just waved at her. I'll tell you some things about Geiranger when we get to the top, but I'm probably going to say it wrong the whole day. Geiranger, but my mind is just blown right now. I can't believe it. This might be. I've been to some amazing places. This is definitely top 5, maybe top 3. Amazing place. Unbelievable. Wow, I'm so lucky. I'm just going to be stopping every 2 minutes just to admire the view, because that is unbelievable. Wow, what an amazing part of the world. The world is amazing. Go out and see the world. So many things to see. Wow, let's keep going. I think that is a school. Yeah, there's kids playing down there. What is going on? Kids live here. I just can't wrap my head around it. Oh, there's a sheep down there. You see him? Oh no, he's stuck. He's stuck on the fence. Oh no. There's a lot of camper vans down there. Very, very nice spot to camp out, wake up, see that. I wonder if these people didn't know that there's a shipping port today. Over there's just so many mini waterfalls, but it looks like there's stairs going down to that big waterfall, so let's see how close we can get. But I'm just mind blown. Like I can't even describe what this looks like. I can't even describe how this feels. And then you look at nature and then you look over there at our ship and it's like, wow, the things we can do on this earth. There's a little church over here. Let's take a look at this view. Gosh, I can't even describe it. Let me tell you this, because I'm in a cemetery. Let me tell you, every single one of these people died with regrets. Don't be like one of these people. Live your dreams, go see the world, travel, do whatever you want to do, because all of these people have regrets. Wow, go and see the world. Please go and see the world. What is life? What is life? All of these people died with regrets. Don't do that. Try not to do that. I really hope I get a chance today to talk to some locals, because I just can't even imagine what it's like to live in a place like this, wake up and see that every day. So the captain told us yesterday there's 300 people that live in Geiranger permanently. So 300 people live here. So that means that the population of Geiranger multiplied by 10 today, because we have over 3,000 people on the ship. So we just multiplied their population by 10. There must be quite a lot of things to see in Geiranger, because there is a hop on hop off bus. So of course this is just the port area. There is like a city this way, so there must be a lot to see. Or maybe it's just a way to not have to walk up here. See some mountain goats up there. Look at them. Bus is coming, bus is coming. Captain told us that the local people here love it when ships are in port, but be very respectful, which of course just goes without saying. But let's try and get over there. Yeah, I want to go rafting down there. Wow, that is the freshest water you will ever drink in your life. I bet it's cold. Wow. This video is probably going to end up like an hour long. Please watch until the end. It's going to be worth it. We've literally just started, but I want to just take a picture of everything from every angle. Oh my gosh. A lot of people are going down that way. I think it leads to another small village, but we're gonna go back up and continue the hike. There's a guy down there wearing just shorts and t-shirt. He's probably Canadian, eh? Someone lives right there. They see that waterfall every single day of their lives. It's just mind-blowing to me. It's crazy. Some people live downtown New York City, some people live in Geiranger, Norway. Life is crazy. Let's continue the hike. Over there is a kids' playground. Lucky kids. If you've just found this cruise series, where have you been? I'm cruising on the Norwegian Prima. It's an 11-day cruise, started in Southampton, England. This is day 6. Yesterday was in Norway, today Norway, tomorrow Norway. And they're very close to each other on the map, the 3 places in Norway, but they're very different. Yesterday we were in Bergen, Norway, nothing like this. Nothing. And tomorrow we are somewhere else. But the cruise has been amazing so far. The ship is amazing, service is amazing, food, entertainment, and of course the ports. Ports are amazing too. But it's so funny that the first port of the cruise was in Belgium. And I got sunburnt. And now it's absolutely freezing. So definitely a mixed cruise, but I'm having so much fun. We're just halfway now, halfway on the cruise. So go and watch the other videos if you missed them. Hit the subscribe because we have so many more videos, so many more adventures. It's gonna get colder. We're on our way to Iceland. We have 3 ports in Iceland and then we finish in Reykjavik. So it's amazing. I'm so happy. I got distracted and missed a turn in. Need to go back. Beautiful house. Reminds me of Colorado. There's a few people passing me, so they must have got off the ship early this morning. So the ship arrived at 8 o'clock this morning and we don't leave until 9:30 p.m. Definitely don't plan on being out that late, but so I might get back on the ship and then later on tonight I might come back out for 30 minutes or an hour. But it doesn't even get dark. Like 11 p.m. it's still light outside, so let's see what happens tonight. But yeah, we don't leave until super late, which is great. There's a few people hiking today the same route as me. I saw at the information center there's a few different routes that you can do. Some of them are very, very long. They go way up in the mountains. One couple just turned around and went back down. This is not easy. This is tough. I'm supposed to be on vacation. The views are just amazing everywhere. You can see the ice and snow at the top. Wow. So many waterfalls, small waterfalls. Just can't even describe what it looks like, what it feels like. Unbelievable. Captain told us that 300 people live permanently in Geiranger, but they have 900,000 visitors every single year. That's crazy, and almost half of those are from cruise ships. That is where we're going. 1.6k to go. That's a cool car. This is a restaurant. I think this is my favorite view of all. Check this out. Oh yeah, there's goats here. Look at these goats. This one's my favorite. He's hiding in there. Oh, there's 2 in there. This is so cool. The ones down there, I think they're llamas. A few llamas down there. I hope there's no lamb on the menu. Alright, we're gonna keep walking. I think we're about halfway to our destination. So our destination is a waterfall, so I don't really know how high up we're gonna get, but let's keep walking, see what we find. We have plenty of time. Next time I would love to do a tour on these. It looks so much fun. So here's where we started. Here's the ship. Here's where we are right now. And this is where we're going. So about halfway. It zigzags a little bit, but that's where we're going. Stick ut. I wonder if they speak Norwegian. This couple just told me that it's 30 more minutes and we're going up there to that waterfall. Here we go. Less than 1k to go. I bet this place is beautiful in the winter. All the mountains covered with snow. Everybody that's passing by is saying that it's so amazing up there, it's definitely worth it, so we're almost there. I can hear the waterfall roaring. I can hear it. And that view is wow, 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 wow. First glimpse of it. Let's keep going. 30 meters. That is unbelievable. The world is amazing. It's 1 o'clock. I think I started walking at 10 o'clock. And I'm gonna be very, very, very honest. Just like I am in all of my videos. And I'm gonna say that it wasn't worth it. And that might surprise a lot of people. The only reason I'm gonna say it wasn't worth it is because there's a waterfall down there, like right by the ship. And the view's the same, you know? So I would say it's not worth it, and I feel horrible saying that because I mean, it's a challenge. I'm so glad that I finished it. I'm so glad that I made it up here, but I would say not worth it. Disappointing. Now the only reason I'm saying that is because it's an amazing view down there and there's a waterfall down there. That's the only reason why. If there was no waterfall down there, I would say yep, 100% come up here, but it's the same. And I feel bad for saying it, but it is nice though. There's a few people relaxing up here. It's definitely an achievement making it up here, but I would say not worth it. So total hiking time 3 hours, but I was very slow. I took a lot of pictures, a lot of videos, and I met some goats. So it's not easy. I'm telling you, it's not easy. There's a lot of kids up here and older people, but it's not easy, and I would say don't do it. One last look. Norwegians are such liars. It is one of the most famous and easily accessible waterfalls in Geiranger. They're liars, not easily accessible. Wait a minute, wait a minute. I might have spoken too soon. Check this out. This is crazy. What? That is crazy. All right, everything that I just said, I take it back. It was worth it. It was worth it to come all the way up here just for this. It was worth it. I'm lying, it was worth it. It's absolutely freezing. Keep getting splashed, but it's 100% worth it. Worth it. Come here. Come here. I changed my mind. My opinion changed. Come here. That is absolutely crazy. Oh my gosh. Wow, 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 wow. So the waterfall's over there. Amazing view. But if you want to get really close to the waterfall, go down there. They need a big arrow or a sign or something, because I bet a lot of people miss it. But yeah, go down there. I really thought that was it, but let's go back. So if you had so much fun and you want to keep going, there's another route, 16.5 kilometers that way. Go for it, have fun. There's absolutely no way I'm doing that today. And now I get to have fun and tell everybody that passes me, just one more hour, just one more hour. Starting the descent, 1:30. Let's see how long it takes. I felt so bad saying that it wasn't worth going all the way up there, but it is. It definitely is for that waterfall view, but it's not easy. I want to say it again, that it's not easy. There are some other routes you could have taken, some of them longer, some of them shorter. So if you really want to do a hike, maybe do one of the shorter ones, because this was tough. I was actually hoping to get a view of like the harbour with the ship in the middle, but maybe that's one of the other routes you can see that. Honestly, all today has done is just showed me how out of shape I am. And I gotta get in shape, gotta eat healthy, but not yet, not yet. We still have a few days of eating cake yet, and then I can get healthy. Made it back to the goat restaurant. It's just back there, and I don't know if this way is going to take me back to the port or not. I hope it is. made it back to the first waterfall. It's interesting that I've noticed a lot of electric cars here, because honestly I didn't even see a gas station, so I have no idea where the closest one is, so it's easier to get electric than gas. There's my Americanisms again. I didn't see a petrol station, so I don't know where the closest petrol station is. Whoever lives here, I want to interview you. Please tell me what life is like in Geiranger, because I'm so interested in this place. It's like a fairy tale. It doesn't even seem real. It doesn't even seem like it's part of the outside world. Very, very, very fascinating place. I'm going to make it back around 3 o'clock, so not too bad. A lot of walking today, but beautiful place. Absolutely beautiful. I just checked the prices for the small electric cars. 1 hour, $80 US. 2 hours, $170 US. It looks really fun, but expensive. It was very interesting this morning that I got up very early to watch the sailing, and I saw them move the deck towards the ship. So a lot of ports, the deck is too small for the ship to fit in there. So usually they have tender boats, so the smaller boats will take people to and from the ship. But they have a moving deck. So they moved it all the way to the ship. It was so cool. Never seen that before. We don't leave until 9:30 p.m. so I might get off again later just to walk around for a few minutes. But I need some food and I want ice cream. I'm gonna get ice cream and definitely some cake. So let's go back on board the beautiful Norwegian Prima. Wow, how is that thing floating? And if you think this ship is big, this is tiny compared to the mega ships they have now. It's crazy they get bigger than this. Goodbye, Geiranger, Norway. It looks like I am too late. Too late for lunch, too early for dinner. They've still got a few things available. Just a quick snack. Back in the cabin now, 4 p.m. Lunch was delicious. Please don't walk around the buffet and eat. Please, just sit down, eat your food. Take your time. It's so rude. I hate it so much to see people walking around and eating in the buffet. There's no need for it. Number 2, please be kind to the crew members. I used to be a crew member. I know how hard they're working. They work every single day, 12 hours, 14 hours. It's not difficult to say please and thank you. Just be a good human being. Doesn't matter if you're paying for the service. Doesn't matter, it's their job. Doesn't matter, we're all human beings. Please be kind to people. Okay, gonna take a shower, get ready, and then we're gonna have some fun in the evening. Day 6 outfit ready to go. Brown shirt, grey sweatpants, and black and white Nikes. What do you think? Let's go. Wearing my new shirt today. It's 6 p.m. I wanted to do trivia at 6, but I'm gonna be too late. But I'm gonna go to the atrium to check it out anyway. We're gonna fit in a delicious dinner. There's a great show, there's music, there's so much going on. Always, every single day, so much.
Between Jessica and Mark on the movie Love is Blind.
I have to say NCO has been doing very good on the trivia. So difficult. It's funny that some people are still coming back on the ship from outside and they look freezing, and then there's other people like ready for the evening in their dresses and smart clothes. The winning team only had 13 correct out of 20. Norwegian, you got to get better prizes. They're terrible. Trivia is funny because sometimes they have American questions and British questions, and the Americans don't know the British answers and the British people don't know the American answers. For example, they have a question about the NBA. British people, we don't know about NBA. But then they had a question about something in London and the Americans don't know it. Musician just started downstairs. There's always something going on. You can just see through the glass, people still joining the ship again. Wow, I could look at this all day long. Some ports around the world are so ugly, but this is definitely not one of them. Absolutely beautiful part of the world. Very, very, very lucky people that get to live here. Wow. So around 100 cruise ships every single year stop in Geiranger, Norway. People still come in, people still going. Ship doesn't leave for another 3 hours, so plenty of time. The next port tomorrow is not too far away, so we don't have to rush out of here. But it's just breathtaking. I'd love to see it when it's snowing. All the mountains covered. I bet it's beautiful, even more beautiful. I'm gonna see if I can see the waterfall that I went to today. I don't think you can, because you couldn't see the ship from the waterfall, so maybe you can't see the waterfall from the ship. Let's see. I can see a waterfall up there, just there. I don't know if that's the one, maybe it is, I don't know. but I keep looking for whales. I see some waves and I think, oh, it's a whale, but it's just a wave. And of course we're on our way to Iceland, so I'm hoping that we can see the northern lights. I don't think it's the right time of year to see them, but we might get lucky. But yeah, still keeping my eyes open for a whale. I can see all the way to the gift shop, all the way to the waterfall, to the hotel. Wow, what a view. My grandparents have been on so many cruises and they would never ever ever do a cold cruise because my granddad said that it's their holiday, so they want to go to a hot place, they want to relax in the sun, which I completely understand, but then you miss out on seeing places like this. So, you know, people that keep going back to the Caribbean, it's okay, you do whatever you want, but you're missing out on a lot. Just had a thought, if the ship doesn't leave until 9:30, that means the casino can't open until 9:30 because the casino's not allowed to be open when the ship is in port. So that's gonna be bad for a lot of people. Yeah, I just asked in the casino, their dealers are doing some training. Gotta wait till the ship leaves. A quick reminder to my American friends, if you have an 18-year-old child on the ship, they can drink alcohol. They can't drink at home, but they can drink on the ship. So I'm gonna go to dinner. It's almost 7 o'clock, there's something I wanna watch at 8, so it's dinner time. We're gonna go to the Commodore room. Dinner in the Commodore room started with a cheese ravioli. The entree was a New York strip steak, medium, absolutely delicious. And dessert, I got 2. I got the Snickers bread with vanilla ice cream and chocolate eclairs. Here's a look at the menu at the Commodore room. Such a good experience, amazing food. But the server, Maricel, you are amazing. I'm gonna do something that not many people do, but more people should start doing it. I'm gonna go and leave a positive comment for Maricel because she deserves it. So I assume every ship has one of these. So this is the general manager of the Norwegian Prima, it's Mark, and you can take a comment card, you can write a comment and it's going to go to him. So every restaurant will have like comment cards, but I want to go straight to the top because Maricel deserves it. She was so nice, she was so professional, she told me about the menu. That's why I had 2 desserts, because she convinced me to get 2. Maricel, this is for you. It's all filled out, now I can send it to Mark. That was a Newlywed Game show, so funny, always a classic.
On the first column, there we go, column 1, and
It's 9:30, last passenger's coming back right now. That's him, he's the last one. The first time I've ever seen motorized dock. Never seen that ever. Goodbye, beautiful city. I'd love to come back one day. The guys are coming now on their small boat to let the ropes loose so we can leave. Concert on a cruise ship. Amazing, so much fun. All of that happened on a cruise ship. Can you believe it? Today was a great day. Quick summary of today. Food, absolutely amazing. The port. I think that this port is
Probably top five most beautiful places I've ever seen in my whole life. Absolutely beautiful. Weather was great. Amazing. Like, I can't even describe it. Like, I have so many videos, pictures and everything. I'm gonna add some of it to the end of this video just because I have so many, and it's like mind-blowing. Like, sailing in, sailing out. Amazing. If this port is ever on your itinerary, definitely come to this port. Unbelievable. So everything else was great. Such a good day. Tomorrow is day 7. We're still in Norway. We're in Alesund. I think that's how you say it. Alesund. So if you want to see day 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, we still have so many more days here on the Norwegian Prima. Thank you so much for watching this one. Hit the like just to tell me that you liked it. Subscribe to see so much more. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow. Goodbye. Solo traveling is becoming more and more popular. Right now I'm solo cruising, so today I'm going to show you a whole day what it's like cruising alone. There are so many advantages to cruising alone. We're going to talk about the disadvantages as well, but right now I'm on the Norwegian Prima and I'm alone. Does that mean that I spend every second of the day alone? No, it doesn't. So today I'm going to show you how you can meet people on your cruise if you want to, because you don't have to. If you want to spend the whole time by yourself, great. If you want to meet other people, so many opportunities to do that. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you my cabin. This is all for me. This is all mine. This is all mine. Later I'm going to tell you something that Norwegian Cruise Line does differently from the other cruise lines, but this is my inside stateroom. Very big bed, very spacious room. This is much bigger than a lot of the other inside cabins, but this is all for me. All of this wardrobe space, all of this area, all of this storage, big bed. It's all for me. Of course, we got a nice big bathroom as well. Again, all for me. My cabin is 13807, deck 13. Like I said, today is day 8 of an 11-day cruise, and it's a sea day. That means that the ship does not stop in any port. Yesterday we left Norway, and tomorrow we're going to be in Iceland. So breakfast, I usually just come to the buffet, but you can go to the dining rooms for breakfast. And I'm going to show you later what it's like dining in the dining room. Very official, very fancy, but alone. And Norwegian does something very different than all the other cruise lines, which is great for everybody on the ship, every single passenger, but it's also good for solo travelers. But of course, I only need to find one seat. If you're a family of 5, if you're a big family, you need to find a bigger space, but there's always one seat for me. The buffet is always busy on a sea day. The pool deck is freezing. We're on our way to Iceland. This is a cold cruise. We're not in the Caribbean. So I'm supposed to be going go-karting today, which is up there. Yes, they have go-karts on a cruise ship. Crazy, huh? So my watch says 9:54, but the official time is 8:54. That's because the clocks changed last night. We went into a different time zone. But this thing is really cool. So if you want to find anything on the ship, so Surfside Cafe, that's where we just was, and that's where we are now. It's going to tell you how to get there. Here is the beautiful Norwegian Prima. This ship is tiny compared to the mega ships, but it's a beautiful ship. I love the design, and it has go-karts. Can you believe it? Go-kart track. So the first day of the cruise, everybody just walks around the whole ship, see what they can find. The observation lounge, this is somewhere I went on the first day, and I haven't been back there. This is like the quiet area. They have food too. I don't know if I'll be able to go go-karting today because it's very windy. I actually want a free ticket to go go-karting because it's $15, but I want a free ticket. I'll explain later how I got a free ticket. This is an 11-day cruise on the Norwegian Prima. There's 3,400 passengers right now. The cruise started in Southampton, England, and we've been to Belgium, Amsterdam. Last 3 days we're in Norway, and then today's a sea day, and then the next 3 days we're in Iceland. Going back to the cabin quickly because the activities are about to begin and I forgot my schedule. Housekeeping team already started their hard work. Please be kind to the crew. They work very long hours. They work very hard. I used to be a crew member, so I understand what it's like. Just came back to the cabin quickly to get my freestyle daily, And by the way, this is how you know if the clocks are going to change. They don't just change them, of course, they tell you. And because I don't have Wi-Fi, my clock's not going to change, so I'm going to be an hour ahead for the whole day today. So the Freestyle Daily, this has every single activity that's going on today, so you know where you need to be, what you want to do. And what I like to do, I like to take a pen and just circle or underline the stuff that I want to do. So as you can see, on a sea day, there is a lot going on. Literally every second of the day, there is something going on. So like I said, you do whatever you want to do. This is another great thing about traveling alone. Let's say, for example, you're a family traveling. Mom and dad want to go and do this, but the kids want to go and do that, but they want to eat there, but they want to do that. It's a big mess, and everybody has to compromise, and absolutely no problem with that. I understand people travel with other people. I love traveling with other people. I don't travel alone because I really want to travel alone. I don't have anyone to travel with, so that's why I go alone. I'd rather go alone than not at all. But I do whatever I want to do. If I want to step into a show for 10 minutes and then leave, I can do that, and I've done that. If I want to eat ice cream 5 times a day, then I can do that, and I've done that. That is my schedule for the day planned out. First thing, trivia. So on the schedule is things that I really want to do, and then things that maybe I'll do it if I have time, because there's always stuff going on. I always get distracted. But Norwegian has some of the best trivia. It's so difficult, but they have the worst prizes.
Peroni beer. Peroni.
Look at that, great playing golf. I did so bad in trivia. Trivia is so funny because they ask a question about which US state and the British people have no idea, but then they ask a question about soccer and the Americans have no idea. So there is a Starbucks on the ship. This is the atrium, 3-story atrium. It's so cool. The thing about a sea day is every single person's on the ship, so it's crowded everywhere. Here's a look at some of the merchandise. Some really cool stuff. Of course, it's a cold cruise, so they're selling you your warm clothes to get ready for Iceland. I love these colorful polos. Such good quality. Of course, you can get your high quality handbags. Tax-free. Watches. I'm so tempted to get a watch, but they're very expensive. I think this is a good idea. Take some cool photos and then get some very nice souvenirs. Of course, the casino is open. Casinos can only open when the ship is at sea, so the casino will never be open if we're in port. So sea day, it's open all day. Here in the Belvedere, they have an art auction going on. I don't know when art auctions started to be associated with cruises, but every single cruise has an art auction. Just wait until tonight, you will see people losing big money. I love watching the roulette, seeing people lose big money quick. This is another place I came the first day and never came back. This is Galaxy Pavilion. It's the arcade. They have a whole section for VR, virtual reality. So cool. How is this on a cruise ship? It's crazy. They have some racing simulators over here. Amazing. You can pay for each individual game, or in the first 2 days of the cruise you can buy a pass that gets you access to as many games as you want for the whole cruise. $180. There's people in the hot tubs wearing warm hats because it's freezing outside right now. Captain just made an announcement about the weather today and tomorrow, cold and rainy. But right now it's 11 o'clock. I'm going to head out to the atrium because they have a Q&A with some of the officers.
My name is Vikram, and after completing my... It's the funny part. It's a big, very big operation. Example, just to give you an idea of the consumption.
Well, that was fun. I got to ask a few interesting questions. It's not just a floating hotel. There's so much more to it that people would have no idea about. Just come back to the cabin now. I'm going to change, put on some warm clothes because I've been wearing shorts all day. So every day at 5 p.m. is the solo travelers meet. So just because you travel alone doesn't mean you're going to stay alone. If you want to stay alone, great. Do whatever you want to do, stay alone. But every single day they have a meeting just for people that are traveling solo. First thing I'm going to say is just because they're traveling alone doesn't mean they're single. Many people just assume they are, but doesn't mean they are. Every day in these meetings they have scavenger hunts, they have trivia, they have
karaoke. They have so much cool stuff just for people that are traveling solo. I think on this cruise there are 3,400 passengers, maybe like 50 or 60 of them are solo travelers, so there's quite a few. And I actually won, well, me and 5 other people, we won a scavenger hunt a few days ago. That means that we get a free ride on the go-karts. Like I said, it's $15 usually to ride the go-karts, but we got a free ride, so we're gonna go now at 1 o'clock. It's currently 12:45 and it's absolutely freezing. They wasn't sure whether we could ride today because it's very windy and it's been raining and it's very cold, but they said we can go, so we're gonna go up there right now and do the go-kart. So let's see what happens. It's so cold. I am all wrapped up. Let's go to the go-kart track. That was so much fun. That was amazing. So I wasn't able to get any footage. You're allowed to take a camera, but the only way you can take a GoPro or a small camera is if you have a chest mount, which I don't have it. But that's definitely worth it. Like I said, it is $15 and I got a free ticket because I won something. Would I pay $15 for that? I would once. There's no reason to do it again. Like, it is fun, but I think it's because it's on a ship and it's go-karts. Like, just do it for the experience, but you're not going to be going again and again. It's just a one and done thing. And take your warm clothes. Take your warm clothes, because the only thing they give you is the balaclava and of course the helmet. But take your gloves, take your hat, wear some layers, because it's freezing up there. Like, if you think it's cold on the pool deck, no, it's way colder up there. And of course you're going along pretty fast. It's pretty fun. It is pretty fun. It's faster than I expected. Like, you can overtake people, and I think there was 10 people racing together, 10 or 12 people like at one time. Definitely take the kids on it. I think the minimum age is 10 years old, and there is a height limit if they want to drive as well. So they have double sessions and single sessions. So single session, of course, like one person driving, and the double session is one cars with 2 people, so one driving and one passenger. So the kids have to be a certain height if they want to drive. There's so many different rules, and one thing they did before is they weighed everybody. So I'm guessing there's a weight limit or different cars. I really don't know, but yeah, definitely worth doing it once, just because it's $15, but definitely do it. Go-karts at sea, amazing. It's 2 o'clock now, gonna have a little bit of a late lunch, but most people go to the buffet for lunch, but you can actually go to any of the dining rooms. There's a restaurant called The Local, which is like American style. They have fish and chips as well. So I'm gonna try and go there, but it gets very busy on sea days, so hopefully I can get in. My rule is I can take the elevator up, but I need to walk down the stairs. 20 to 25 minute wait for The Local. Let's go to the buffet. If you're wondering about the demographic on this cruise, mostly old people. I would say 90% Americans. Just go back to the cabin now. Can't remember the last thing that I filmed. But sea days are not my favorite, especially when you're traveling by yourself, because you literally have the whole day on the ship. Like, if you're in port, like, I'm so happy to just walk around by myself and see what I find. But yeah, a sea day is there's a lot going on, but it's not my favorite when I'm alone. But anyway, it's 4:30, and at 5 o'clock is the solo travelers meeting. Every single day this cruise at 5 o'clock there's been a meeting for solo travelers. Like I said, not single travelers, solo travelers. And I'm gonna go today. I missed a few of the last meetings because 5 o'clock is not the most ideal time, because usually when we're in port, if I come back at like 4 o'clock, I don't want to rush, get ready, take a shower, change clothes, and then rush to the meeting at 5. So usually, I mean, I've been a few times, but the last few days I haven't been, just because I got back too late from the port, and I want to relax more than an hour. So yeah, we're gonna get changed, take a shower, go to the solo travelers gathering. We are ready to go. Today's outfit is a blue long sleeve. We have red chinos and black and white Nikes. Let's go. So before I go to the solo travelers meeting, this is what they gave us earlier in the cruise. So these are all the events that they organize for solo travelers. So Romeo, he's been our host for the whole cruise, and this is what we do. And of course, it's up to you if you want to go or you don't want to go, but some people will make plans to meet at the shows or have dinner together or whatever. So if you want to be alone, then be alone. If you don't want to, then plenty of people to hang out with. I have to be honest and say the solo meetings have not been that organized. Like, we're supposed to do karaoke tonight, didn't happen. We're supposed to do something else last night, didn't happen. So yeah, they need to work on that. Just saw a guy win $2,700 on a slot machine. He got his money back on the cruise. if you didn't know, the Prima is the newest Norwegian ship and the godparent is Katy Perry.
As a solo traveler, the Indulge food hall was a great option because it's very, very casual. You walk in and you sit wherever you want. There are 7 restaurants inside here and you pick whatever you want. Today's dinner was brisket and deviled eggs. Now, these deviled eggs will blow your brains out. They were so good.
That was delicious. Indulge has 7 restaurants in one, so you can pick whatever you want from any restaurant. Ooh, the waves are rough tonight. I think if you wanted to listen to music all day, you could.
Okay, time's up.
Okay, let's see the other one. Oh my god, guys!
There's a bar called Sid Norman's Bar and they have some live music. The other day they had a Fleetwood Mac show, so good, but tonight they just have rock. So that was a day alone on a cruise ship. Did I spend the whole day alone? No. A port day and a sea day is very, very different because on a port day, I'm so happy to just walk around a new city, explore, come back and then spend the evening either with a solo group or just by myself doing the game shows and trivia and listening to music. There's always music going on. So towards the end of the night, I don't think I filmed much. We watched the rock show and then there was some music in the atrium. There's always stuff going on, okay? Thank you so much for watching. Today was day 8. So if you've been watching every single video, I didn't film anything yesterday. So yesterday we were in Alesund, Norway. Beautiful place, very, very nice place. We actually heard that it was nicer than Geiranger. It's not nicer than Geiranger. Geiranger is one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen in my whole life. That was day 7. So I didn't film anything today. Today's day 8. So tomorrow, day 9, we're in Iceland. We're in Akureyri. There it is, Akureyri, Iceland. So the next 3 days, 3 different places in Iceland, and then this cruise will finish in Reykjavik, Iceland. So if you want to see that, then hit the subscribe. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know what you think, write me a comment, and I will see you tomorrow in Iceland. Goodbye. Welcome to the most northerly place on earth that I have ever been. It's freezing. We have just docked in Akureyri, Iceland, and it is beautiful. This is my home for 11 days, the Norwegian Prima. Just a tip that if you ever come here, right next to the port, there's the tiny gift shop and you can get a free map. We are docked next to the Caribbean Princess this morning. By the way, I know the hat and glasses, not a good look, but it's not too cold actually. They told us it's like 10 degrees Celsius, which is freezing, but it's not. It's very, very, very nice, but it is sunny. And the view is just amazing. It's so nice. So this is gonna be a record for me, only for a day, because tomorrow we're going to somewhere even more north. There's a really friendly guy in the gift shop giving everybody maps, and he basically said that there is a hop-on, hop-off bus here, but he basically said just walk. It's not that far and the bus goes to everywhere that you can walk to. But this cruise is so interesting, like the itinerary is so interesting, because last night at like 1 o'clock in the morning, we were in the Arctic Circle, like we passed into the Arctic Circle, but it's not the right time to see the northern lights because Iceland pretty much has 24 hours of sunlight right now. So I'll try and show you later on, like it's still at midnight, it's still really light out, so we're not going to see the northern lights. I see a lot of people taking their pictures over here. Look at the view. Beautiful part of the world. So many people over there taking pictures. This is the best spot. There's nobody here taking pictures. Amazing. Wow, wow, wow. You cannot see that in the Caribbean. Wow. Like I said, there is a hop-on, hop-off bus. You can do whale watching from here as well. But the most popular attraction is to go and see the waterfall at Godafoss. I think it's called Godafoss Waterfall. Looks beautiful. I was talking to one lady last night and she has a helicopter ride to Greenland. It's literally just across the water like Greenland. I think we're going to see it when we sail in and sail out. And I think it's so funny that Greenland is covered in ice and Iceland is covered in green. Because I travel so much, I get asked so many times, Ben, what's your favorite country that you've ever visited? I always say 3, and Iceland's one of them. I absolutely love Iceland. It's so cool, it's so beautiful, people are so kind, but it's extremely expensive. It's one of the most expensive places I've ever been to, but it is beautiful. But I've only been to Reykjavik. I've only been to the capital, Reykjavik, and that's where this cruise is going to end. So I'm on an 11-day cruise on board the Norwegian Prima. Where is it? There it is. And we're almost to the end. I can't believe it. Today is day 9, I think. So the next 3 days we're in Iceland and then we finish in Reykjavik. So today and tomorrow, completely new to me. Definitely going to say it wrong so many times, but I think it's Akureyri. Akureyri? Not sure. I crossed the street just to show you this. Subway. Look at that. Subway in Iceland. I do know that Iceland is one of the countries in the world that has 0 McDonald's. No McDonald's in Iceland. And next door to Subway is a sushi place. Sushi in Iceland. Better be good because the fish are literally right there. Anyway, it seems like every single person from the ship is walking to the same places because the guy giving out the maps, he just said, just walk there, walk there, walk there. And the first place we're going to visit is a church. Cruise ship passengers have taken over the whole city. Here is the hop on, hop off. And the church is up there. I think the Caribbean princess, Johandor Jongoren, or Ting Dong Tamen de Shuohua. I think it's so great that parents bring their kids on cruises like this. So of course I'm traveling solo, so this is some people's first time ever in Europe. Of course most people go to Spain, France, Portugal, Italy, but these people are going to Norway and Iceland first. I think it's amazing. So here's the church. I think it's closed because I heard a lady down there. She said, oh yeah, we tried to go into the church, but it was closed because for a wedding. So I don't know if she's talking about this one. Let's see. Yep, there's a wedding going on. So I think every single person that got a map from the guy in the gift shop is going to come here and they won't be allowed to go inside. That's okay. Happy wedding. This is not even the smallest port that we've visited for this cruise. So a few days ago we were in Geiranger, Norway. One of the most beautiful places I've ever seen in my whole life. Absolutely stunning. Go and watch that video if you didn't see that. But apparently the Norwegian government or somebody, they're going to stop cruise ships going there. They said in 2 years time no more cruise ships are going to go there, I guess because of the marine life or the port or something. Like they just can't handle all of the people that go there because only 300 people live there and they get 900,000 visitors every single year, half of those from cruise ships. So I guess no more cruise ships are going to go to Geiranger. I always think it's so funny that people are stopping and taking pictures of people's houses. They're beautiful houses, but people live there and people wake up and see that every single day. I think it's absolutely amazing. Like, look at that house, absolutely beautiful. Should be in a movie or a fairy tale or something. But they could stand or sit on that balcony, have coffee, and see that every single morning. Just had to take a layer off. It's so funny that everyone's carrying their jackets, people walking around in t-shirts and stuff, because it was supposed to be a very, 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 very cold cruise, but the weather's been so nice, very unexpected. I just heard someone say, "Jigen nan ren zupai." I said, "Ni yao bu yao iti pai?" It's so funny understanding. Just made it to Akureyri Botanical Gardens. There's actually not too much to do here, to be honest. If you do come here, definitely go and do whale watching or go to the waterfall or something. So the ship docked at 9 o'clock this morning and I got off at like 10:45, so I got off pretty late, and there was actually people going back on the ship when I was getting off because they've seen everything. So definitely do a tour if you come here. Look at that big Christmas tree. Icelandic language is one of the hardest in the whole world to learn. Very difficult. Seen any elves today. Not much going on in the botanical gardens right now. They have a lot of workers planting stuff and getting the park ready for summer. But it's beautiful in the summer, but not too much to see this time of year. So far today we've had a church we can't go inside and a botanical gardens with no flowers. Everybody's going that way back towards the city, but I'm gonna go this way just to see what I can find. Might bump into something interesting. Ships are over there. Caribbean Princess, Norwegian Prima. But this place is very, very, very nice. I would not want to live here because I think I'd be bored. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I have heard of Akureyri before, and the only reason I've heard of it is because they have a football team. My geography is very, very, very good because if a city has a football team, I usually know where it is, and there's an Icelandic football team here. I could not even guess how to say that. Icelandic, very difficult. Very nice view. Let's keep walking and see what we find. So I mentioned it in a few videos before, but let me show you the license plates here in Iceland. It literally says Iceland, so sometimes you'll see different license plates in different countries, and that's where the car's from. Really, really nice houses over here. So cool, I love the colors. Hopefully we can meet some locals. I'd love to ask them what life is like in Akureyri, Iceland, because I don't know, I was gonna say because I'm sure it's nice, but I have no idea. I have no idea. Could be amazing, could be not, but it is beautiful. I'm on TV. That's a cool house. They got a fire pit down here. Looking at that view, wow, I bet that's nice. I'm so sad that this cruise is coming to an end. We only have a few more days, but it's been so great. It's been amazing. If you didn't see yesterday's video, so I'm cruising alone, and in yesterday's video I talked about what it's like. Cruising alone is definitely an interesting experience. Some people love it, some people would hate it, but just go for it. Just go for it, because the only alternative is to not go, so you might as well go. So just go for it. Travel alone, cruise alone if you have no one to go with, and you never know, you could love it. I've loved this cruise so much, and I said it in a recent video. I know people, I know families that have been on like 10 cruises, 20 cruises, but every single one has been to the Caribbean. Go on another itinerary, fly somewhere and go on a cold cruise, go on a Mediterranean, go to Europe, like, because you miss out on so much. I watched some of these cruise vlogs, and so many times people say, yeah, we're back in Nassau today, I've been here 10 times before. It's like, stop going there then. You know, like, yes, it's great having a hot cruise, but there's so much else to see. So much else to see. And I understand people don't want to spend their vacation time in a cold place, but, you know, stop going to Nassau, Bahamas. Stop going there. You know, people go there 10 times and complain, oh yeah, like they don't even get off the ship sometimes. Like, yeah, we're back in Nassau again. I'm not going to get off the ship because I've been here before. Stop going there. You know, like, come here. Go somewhere else. The demographic on this cruise, I would say 90% Americans. So many Americans. Maybe, I mean, less than 5% are British. There's a lot of Australians actually, Chinese as well, and Canadians of course, but a lot of Americans, and that's great. Americans stand out a lot. If you don't know what that means, then, you know, you'll figure it out. But I do think it's great that Americans are branching out, coming over to Europe, doing cruises in places that are not the Caribbean, because, you know, there's a whole world out there. I'm not telling you what to do, by the way. You do whatever you want. You keep going to Nassau if you want to. I'm just saying there's a lot more else to see, and especially if you have kids, like, it's such good experience for them to see places like this and see places far away from where they live. I'm getting stared at by the locals. 2 dogs hanging out over there. Do you think they speak Icelandic? Look at this. People live here. People walk down the street every single day. I think that's just mind-blowing to me. Maybe people don't think that's that interesting, but I do. Can I pet that dog? But yeah, overall this cruise has been so great. I can't wait to do another cruise. And different cruise lines, I'd love to try different cruise lines. I've been on Norwegian twice, and I've been on MSC twice. And I used to be a crew member, of course, so I'm used to cruising. But cruising's great. It's definitely not for old people only. It used to be. It definitely used to be just for old people, but there's so many families, there's so many young couples on my cruise, and there's a lot of solo travelers as well. If you're worried that you're going to be alone, you won't be alone if you don't want to. There's around 50 or 60 solo travelers on my cruise out of like 3,400 guests. So every single day there's a solo travelers meeting that you can go to if you want to. People go to dinner together, people go to the shows together, people do excursions together. So if you're worried that you're going to cruise alone and you're going to be alone for the whole time, you won't be. You can if you want to. You know, it's your vacation. You do whatever you want. If you don't want to speak to another person, then you don't have to. If you want to make friends, then you could definitely do that as well. This house looks like something from a western or something. Cowboy sitting on the porch. So cool. So my job in the real world is an English teacher. I'm an English teacher, and I'm very, very interested when I travel to new places, the English level that people can speak. I think Icelandic people, they might be some of the best English speakers in the world that are not native speakers, because it seems like everybody speaks English here, but they speak very, very good English. Even little kids, old people, seems like everybody speaks very, very good English in Iceland. One thing I have noticed is all of the houses are built off the ground. I assume that's of course because of snow, because if there's heavy snow, then you can just walk up your steps to your front door. But that's really cool. I'm always so fascinated by small cities, small towns, and right over there on the mountains, you probably won't be able to see it, but there's small houses. And who lives there? Like seriously, who lives there? I'd love to know who lives there, why they live there. Are they happy? Well, I'm sure they're happy, because it's crazy. The other day on the ship, I was talking to a lady. She lives in New York City. She lives downtown Manhattan, like right in the middle of the craziness, of the busyness. And then you come to places like this, and she said that she doesn't even notice, because of course like New York City is like so many people's dream to go to New York City, and she says she doesn't even notice it anymore. She just wakes up, she walks through Times Square every single day, and it's normal to her, you know. And I definitely feel like it's the same for anybody. Like if you live in a tourist place, if you live in London, if you live anywhere really that a lot of people want to go to, you don't notice the special, you know, it's not special to you anymore because you see it every day and it's just normal to you. I definitely feel like it's the same for everyone. It's just human nature to do that. And do we really appreciate the places that we live in? I don't think anybody does after a while. You know me, I love to push a door and see what happens. I see an open door over here, looks like a very small church. Let's try and go inside. So this is the museum church. The museum's just behind there, but this might be the smallest church I've ever seen in my life. Let me show you the full scale of it. That's it. That's the whole church. Let's go inside. Wow, an Icelandic church. That's the whole thing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Wow. You could fit probably, I don't know, definitely less than 100 people here. This is so cool. Amazing. I guess the head guy stands there, or he can be up there. Wow. And then you can just see the mountains through the door. Look at that. Not a bad place to come every Sunday for your church service. If you saw the video when we was in Belgium, I went inside a beautiful church. I was the only one there. It was so cool. But they had a guest book, and they have one here too. And it looks like a few people have signed it today. So Pete and Jennifer, Cape Coral, Florida. We have Peter and Marshall, Queensland, Australia. Enya and Graham, Linda, Ricardo. We have a lot of cool people. I'm guessing all from the ship. USA, Ireland, Colorado, Australia. Let me sign. There you go, there's me. So the next time you come to Akureyri Church, make sure you sign the guest book. I just saw something very funny. I can just imagine like in winter time. It's so cold outside. Look at this heater. The world's smallest heater. Amazing. The world's amazing. I'm always fascinated by new places I've never been before. And I get asked all the time, is there places that I would never go to? Yeah, there is. I'll never ever go to somewhere that's dangerous, like just to see how dangerous it is. It's stupid. I really don't understand people that go to dangerous places just to see it. I don't understand it. So yeah, there are places that I wouldn't go to, but yeah, I love seeing new places. I love just exploring. You know, it's great to take tours. It's great to take, you know, organized stuff. But sometimes you just find the best stuff just walking around and yeah, just seeing what you bump into. That's what I said before about like people flying to a city they've never been to. They take a taxi, then they take organized tours like the whole time. Like just go out and see the city. Just see what you find and explore for yourself, because there's so much to see. Wow, look how cool that is. Hopefully you can see that. It's like a motorbike but for the snow, for the ice. So it has no wheels, it just has the chains, I guess, and the front it looks like skis. That's so cool. Ooh, there the plane goes. Iceland there. What a shot that is. Wow, that's an ice skating rink. We're gonna go this way. There's an airport just there. Akureyri has its own airport, international airport, so you can fly straight into here. I did see a bus stop over there. You can take a bus to Reykjavik, and it's funny because we don't leave port tonight until 7:30 p.m. That's because where we are tomorrow, it's literally just down the street. Well, it's not down the street, but it's not that far away. So technically the ship could literally be in the next port in a few hours time, but of course they go out to sea, hang around a little bit, and then go into port tomorrow morning. If you look at a map of Iceland, there's one road that goes all the way around the whole country. And I really want to get a car, rent a car and just drive that, like take like 10 days or 2 weeks to drive the ring road. That's what it's called, the ring road. And just stopping at all the little places, stopping at the cities and seeing waterfalls and Blue Lagoon, like all of that kind of stuff. So that's definitely on my bucket list to do. I'm just going to do a big loop. This road is going to take me back to the city, see what we find along the way. I'm in no rush to get back. I'm going to sit here for a few minutes because I can see the airport from here. So that's the runway right there. And I'm not sure how often the planes go in and out. So hopefully we can see one fly, because it's not a very big airport. If you go to London Gatwick or London Heathrow Airport, literally every 2 minutes an airplane will take off. So Akureyri is a very, very small airport, so hopefully we can see one fly. No luck yet. I've been waiting like 10 minutes, haven't seen anything, just admiring the view. I can't even see any airplanes down there, so we might be out of luck today. I just want to see one take off, that'll be cool, but I'm going to wait another 10 minutes, let's see. Looks like I am out of luck today. Must be a slow day at Akureyri Airport. I remember when I was in Salzburg, Austria, probably the smallest airport I've ever been inside. There was one flight every hour, and that airport is even smaller, so there must be one flight every few hours, but I'm just going to keep walking. I might see one fly over. I feel like most people know about the country of Iceland, and if you go towards the direction of like New York and the US, you're going to run into Greenland. But if you go towards the direction of Scotland and the UK, you're going to run into the Faroe Islands, which is also another country. It's even smaller than Iceland. It's another country I have not been to, but that's on my bucket list as well. I'd love to go to the Faroe Islands. All of these people died with regrets. Don't do that. I'm still walking, just walked through a very nice residential area. It's so quiet. It's a Monday, 1 p.m, not many people around. Over there's a comprehensive college, and that's a supermarket. Bonus, let's check it out. Let's check out a Icelandic supermarket. Welcome to Bonus. I'm interested to see these prices. So just know that Iceland has the Icelandic krona. I'm just going to tell you the prices in US dollars. So a loaf of bread, $3.10. 10 Coca-Colas, $7.80. One beer, $1.60. I think it's so funny they don't have fridges, they just have a big fridge room. 1 liter of milk, $3. Look how big this cheese is. This cheese is $15. 22 US dollars for 4 chicken breast. $17.50 for laundry detergent. Cheerios, $7. 10 Mars bars, $7.20. I've never seen a supermarket with its own merchandise. One thing I have not had this whole cruise is Coca-Cola, so I got one. I bet you expected to see a waterfall today, but nope, you get to see an Icelandic supermarket instead. Was that interesting? I don't know if it was, hopefully it was. I'm still looking out for planes, but we're gonna walk towards the city center now, so we should start to see some more interesting stuff. I think you know if a place is safe or not when everybody's back garden is just open. Like anybody can just walk in there. Pretty safe place. I found the football stadium. A bunch of kids doing some training. What a place to play football. Mountains in the background. Wow. I think it's so great. All the kids ride to football on their bikes. So cool. Looks like on the map this road just runs through the whole city to the port, so we're going to walk down here. Over there is the University of Akureyri, but let's keep walking down here. Every single port this cruise I've told myself I'm not going to walk so much, because I have a bad ankle. But then we get to the port and I'm just so curious like what I'm going to find, and so I just end up walking so much. But it's really fun. I love exploring new places, but yeah, need to rest my ankle. If you're wondering why I never booked any excursions or tour in any of these ports, one, I booked this cruise 2 days before the departure day. We departed on Sunday and I booked the cruise on a Friday, so it was very, very, very last minute. That's why I got a great price, and I'm going to talk about the price very, very soon. And another reason is I'm going to come back to these places. I love Iceland. It's one of my favorite countries, so I'm going to be back here one day. I hope I'm going to come back one day. So I saw on the map it said swimming pool. I thought it was inside, but it's outside. I see people swimming in there. The temperature over there says 10 degrees outside, so that water better be very, very hot. Aeroplane up there. You can definitely tell the difference between the local people and people from the cruise ships just visiting, because people on the cruise ships look like me. They're all covered up, hats and scarves and everything, and the local people, they're wearing t-shirts and shorts. I guess this is nice weather for them, because usually it's very, 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 very cold. Just over there is the church that we saw this morning that we couldn't go inside, but we're going to take a small detour because I saw something interesting on the map down here. What an amazing view of the Norwegian Prima. Wow. I always wonder if people that live here didn't know that there were ships in port today. They just woke up, stepped outside and saw that. So the reason I wanted to walk down the street is because I saw something on the map that said fairy tale figures. And here they are. Why? I don't know why. Is this somebody's house? Is it a museum? I don't know. but that's the fairy tale figures. It's like a royal family. So it says here that is the guy's house. He's a folk artist and this is his house, and he created his own private gallery in the garden. It says feel free to take some pictures. I see some more in the back garden there. It does say that free admission, but I don't want to walk on his garden. I think that's a little bit strange. Maybe you're allowed to. Maybe he's fine with it between 10 and 8, but I don't want to do that. I guess this is the downtown kind of area. It's so great seeing so many of the crew have time off to explore the ports too, because when I worked on ships I was very lucky that my position, it gave me time off in every single port, but some of the crew are not as lucky. Some of them will be working when you are enjoying the port, so please be kind to the crew. They deserve it. They work very, very hard, long hours, and when you're having fun, they're still on the ship working. That's the end of my time in Akureyri. I'm sure I've been saying it wrong the whole day, but I've forgotten what even the name of the city is. But yeah, nice place, not too exciting. There is a few tours you can do nearby, waterfalls and whale watching and stuff. I would say do that because there's not much in the port city, but it's a nice place. I think this is the main attraction here, waterfall Godafoss. How funny is this? So the ship's over there, and do you remember I told you about the little gift shop? So it says skate park, and I was like, is there a real skate park in there? He's like, yeah. I was like, can I see it? He's like, yeah. Look at this. How cool is this? They got a PlayStation area over here. This is so sick. There's a little girl skating. This is so cool. The lights are out in here, but it's like a big bowl. This is sick. You would never know this is in here from outside. Wow, so cool. So I want to mention this gift shop again. So it's literally opposite the port right there. I just spent 10 minutes talking to the owner, and they're really nice guy. He said they expanded the gift shop into the skate park and all that kind of stuff. It's really cool in there, so definitely get some souvenirs when you step off the ship, and you can get a free map as well. So you're gonna see him right there in that window. Really nice guy, Aki. Really interesting guy. He was telling me that he's a professional snowboarder, but this is his hometown. So he's been spending the last like 10-20 years traveling around snowboarding. He's lived in Monaco, Sweden, just snowboarding, but now he has kids, so he's moved back here, and he says it's the absolute perfect place for kids to grow up. It's so safe. The weather's very cold. He said the only negative is the weather. Not many people here. 20,000 people live in this city, but he said everyone knows everyone, and it's very clean, it's very safe, and the kids can go to school by themselves. He said perfect place for the kids to grow up. I mean, how can you argue with that? Look at it. Beautiful place. But he said that due to the increase in cruise ships, he's been able to upgrade his shop. So he said he used to just have the skate park where the kids come and they have like classes, private classes and stuff. But now he's got a gift shop. Now he's got all this stuff because of the cruise ships. Like he's literally right there, and then the cruise ships are right here. So he's literally across the street from the port. But he was saying that this year or last year they had 260 cruise ships in the city, and of course it's only in the summer because it's way too cold, way too snowy in the winter for the ships to come here. And he showed me a video of last week, and it was literally like downpour of snow. He said the whole place was covered in snow literally 7 days ago, 1 week ago. So we got very lucky with the weather today. But yeah, definitely check out his little gift shop right across there. Really nice guy. But I am freezing. I've got to get back on the ship. It's currently 3:35, so just in time for lunch. It's actually really funny. You can see people like walking around like this. Everybody's thinking should have went to the Caribbean, but nah, it's all life experiences. Just go back to the cabin. Oh no, I actually have to leave pretty soon. This is the details for disembarking in a few days. No, it's almost 4 o'clock now. It's happened so many times that I've got back to the ship pretty late, so then I have like a late lunch, then I have a really late dinner. Of course the buffet's open, but I want to try and go to the local, which is like pub food. They have like fish and chips and burgers and stuff like that, but it's pretty small, so it gets filled up pretty quickly, and I don't want to wait, so I'm going to go check if there's a wait. If there's a wait, then I'm just going to go to the buffet. I got a seat. Not too busy. I'm very surprised. So here's a quick look at the menu. Of course you can get salad, Caesar salad, sliders, wings. Then they have fish and chips. You can get a Reuben, chicken sandwich, cheeseburger, carbonara, which I think I'm going to get, and then apple pie, lovely apple pie, cheesecake. That was delicious. Grilled sausage sliders. Then I had carbonara and cheesecake. Here's the pool deck. Few people in the hot tub, few people swimming. That was Icelandic immigration. Everybody on the ship had to go through that. It took a long time. I've missed ping pong. I've missed the solo travelers meeting. Not a good time to do it, but it's got to be done. Loads of people are complaining about it because it was taking a long time. Because they gave everyone a paper yesterday to say what time you have to go there, and all the times were in the morning. It's like 9:30, 10 o'clock. It's like people want to get off and go to the port. So that didn't happen. So now they're trying to do it now. It's 5 o'clock. So it's also not a good time because people are getting ready for dinner. Some people are still on shore. So yeah, Norwegian needs to fix that. Wow, the Akureyri has Disney stuff today. Look at these. These are so cool. Wow. They're all Disney. Day 9 ready to go. We have Mickey Mouse t-shirt, grey sweatpants, black and white Nikes. Let's go. I have another crew compliment. Please do these if you have a good experience with any crew member. They work so hard. So today is for Ricky. Well done, Ricky. I usually go to trivia at 6, but I'm late. It's 6:15, so I'm only going to catch the end of it. I am still very tempted to get a watch, but they are out of my budget. Very expensive.
To be the oldest vegetable. 5.
That 6 forward. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, showtime tonight. Some have done some musical at 8 o'clock at the beach.
Just sitting here at Starbucks, enjoying the view. Absolutely beautiful. The world is beautiful. Go out there and see it. I'm tired. I think it's the first night that I've been tired this early, but I need to go get some dinner soon. It's 10 till 7, so need to eat. And then there's a party tonight. There's Donna Summer again, which I've already watched, so might try and watch a bit of it again, but there's always something going on. It's funny, I was told that there's a guest with a service dog, and she got on in Southampton, and she assumed that she was going to do the whole cruise. So we went to Belgium, Netherlands, and then Norway, and then Iceland. And the Iceland officials would not let her service dog into the country, so she had to get off the ship in the last port in Norway because they wouldn't let her go to Iceland. It is now 7:30, which is all aboard time. Do not see any runners today, so hopefully everybody made it back in time. Beautiful place. We're also in Iceland tomorrow. Don't really know what to expect. If it's going to be the same as this, not sure, but we'll find out. I'm matching all of the paintings today, all the Disney ones. I like that one, Dumbo. They got Marvel too. This is so cool. Look, Marvel in New York City. Wow, Batman. If you have kids, they have a kids karaoke. Dinner tonight is going to be in Hudson's.
First of all, we need to talk about this view. Absolutely amazing. I just sat down as we were sailing away. Dinner tonight was an artichoke risotto, a pan-seared Alaskan pollock, and a lemon cream caramel with vanilla ice cream. Absolutely delicious.
6 ladies right here and 6 gentlemen right here, okay? Come on down. Perfect, perfect. The gentlemen!
That was the battle of the sexes. It's so funny what people do on vacation. Look at that. Absolutely freezing, but that is beautiful. Wow. Ooh, it's chilly. That's enough.
It's in the rain.
that tonight's gonna be a good, good night. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left.
Guys, it's freezing. Check this out. It is 12:26 a.m. Look at this. It's still light out. This is the midnight sun. This is 12:27 a.m. Okay, it's the middle of the night right now. It's the middle of the night and it's still like this. Absolutely beautiful. I just saw some whales jumping up here. There's dolphins everywhere. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely freezing, but absolutely beautiful. Wow. Midnight sun, Iceland. Wow. Look at that. That is the midnight sun. Wow. Absolutely amazing. Literally just saw some whales. Huge whales. Huge whales. Saw the big fin. Saw the tail jump up. Beautiful. It's freezing. Here's the proof. Here's the proof. 12:28 a.m. a.m. It's the middle of the night. Let me show you. There's no people here. Everybody's in bed because it's the middle of the night and it's still light out. Look, everybody's in bed. Not many people, nothing going on, but look at the sunlight. I can't believe it's still light out. Almost 12:30 a.m. and the sun has not set. Today was a great day. Oh my gosh. Quick summary of today. The port, Akureyri, I'm going to say it wrong again. If you're Icelandic, I'm sorry, I forgot how to say it, but cool place, very cool place. Very clean, very safe, very nice people. Not too exciting, to be honest, not too much there. Do one of the excursions, go whale watching or go to the waterfall or something, because there's not much in the port city. I just walked around, see what I can find, and instead of showing you the waterfall, I showed you an Icelandic supermarket. So I hope that was exciting. Anyway, on the ship, dinner was great. What did I do tonight? We did listen to some live music. Always live music, love live music. Then we did Battle of the Sexes, so much fun. And then we went to the Glow party. I was hanging out with some of the people that I met in the solo meeting, so that was great. So tomorrow we're in Isafjordur, I hope I say that correctly, but Iceland again. We're going more north. So today was my record, the most northerly place I've ever been on earth. Tomorrow is going to break the record. It was only the record for one day, but it's going to be a great day, and it's day 10. It's day 10, it's almost over. I can't believe it. I'm so sad about it, but yeah, there's so much more fun to have until the end of the cruise. So the midnight sun. This is something that I've read about. I've heard about it a lot. It is one of the weirdest feelings, but it's absolutely amazing. It's like it's 1 o'clock in the morning right now and it's still light outside. Like it's something from a movie. It's just the scenery in Iceland is absolutely beautiful. Like it looks like, you know, when you see like the background on like Windows computers, that's what it looks like. Like it doesn't even seem real. It's freezing. It's very, very, very cold because it's in the middle of the night. It's midnight. But yeah, the fact that the sun doesn't even set and the sun's still out right now and it's 1 o'clock in the morning it's just crazy. So thank you so much for watching day 9. So much more fun to have. Please like this video just to tell me that you liked it. I hope that you did. I hope that you enjoyed seeing the Icelandic supermarket and the midnight sun and everything else. And please subscribe because there's going to be so much more this cruise and beyond. And beyond. So much going on and beyond. So thank you so much again. I'll see you tomorrow in Isafjordur, Iceland. Goodbye. How much would you pay for an 11-day cruise from England to Iceland? Today, I'm going to take you along with me for a day on board the beautiful Norwegian Prima. But first, I need to get ready for Iceland. I am ready for the cold. Let's go to Iceland. My cabin is up there somewhere on deck 13. I'll show you later, but welcome to Isafjordur, Iceland. That is a beautiful Norwegian Prima, my home for 11 days. The Norwegian Prima is absolutely beautiful. Today we're docked next to a tiny ship, baby ship, SH Diana. But welcome to Iceland. This ship's doing their drill. So in this little hut here, you can get a free map and there's Wi-Fi in there too. But let's go and see the city. So I did have a record that stood for one day. So yesterday we were in Akureyri. I still can't say it right, but that was the most northerly place I've ever been on earth. But this beats the record today. Over here they have hop on hop off tickets. If you have not been following this series, where have you been? We're almost at the end of an 11-day cruise and I don't have any excursions booked. I don't have any tours booked because I booked this cruise 2 days before the departure date. 2 days! We departed on a Sunday and I booked it on a Friday. So I've just been winging it, just seeing what I discover in the ports. Some very interesting places. Tomorrow we will arrive in Reykjavik, Iceland, the capital city, and we will stay there overnight, and then the next day we will disembark, which I'm so sad about because then I got to get my own food, then I got to travel by myself, then I got to find my own accommodation. But it's okay. It's been an amazing cruise. So I have been cruising solo on the Norwegian Prima, and at the end of this video I'm going to tell you how much I paid for this 11-day cruise. Place your bets now, place your bets. How much do you think I paid for this 11-day cruise on board the Norwegian Prima? But if you've been following this series, I hope I'm encouraging you to take a cold cruise because so many people keep going back to the Caribbean, which is absolutely fine. You do whatever you want, it's your vacation, but there's so much of the world out there to see, and cruising is a great way to do it, in my opinion. Not just for old people. It used to be for old people, but it's definitely not. Just because I cruise alone, that doesn't mean I spend every second of the day alone. Every single day they have a solo travelers gathering, so I've been going to that a few times, meeting some friends. We went to the party last night, we've been watching the music, trivias, everything. So if you're worried that cruising alone is lonely, it's not. It's not. Stay alone if you want to, but there's plenty of opportunities to meet people. Anyway, I'll explain later. I'm sure I'm going to keep saying it wrong all day, but Isafjordur. Welcome to Isafjordur. Johantor, Jongor, and Rugo was short Jong and Taminshaw. Wow. Do you think that cat speaks Icelandic? I think so. Let's take a look up here. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Wow, wow, wow. I bet that water's cold. So if you saw yesterday's video, we saw some whales. Oh my gosh, it was so cool. And at this time of year, Iceland has no sunset, so they have 24-hour sun. It's one of the most fascinating things I've ever seen. I'll show you again at the end of this video, but I also showed it in yesterday's video. But the sun never sets in summer, so it will literally look like this at midnight. You can see it in yesterday's video. But yeah, we saw some whales jumping around. It was so cool. I spent so much time just looking outside the window from the ship to see if I can see dolphins or whales or something. They're definitely out there. I'm gonna make my way over there. I don't know if this place is smaller than Geiranger, Norway, because we went there a few days ago and there's 300 people living there, and then 3,000 people just showed up on a cruise ship one day. So there's a guy here setting up the kayaks for an excursion. I just spoke to him. He said that the fjords here is too shallow for whales to come inside, so they don't. Some of these Floridians definitely did not prepare for this weather. Everyone is just walking around wishing that they went on a Caribbean cruise instead. But you can't even tell how high the mountains are because there's so much fog and low cloud today. This place is tiny. I don't think it's smaller than Geiranger. But it's funny because yesterday we were in Akureyri and you can take a excursion to the waterfall Godafoss. You can actually take the same excursion here because we're not even that far away from where we were yesterday. The world is just amazing. Look at this beautiful place. I have no idea what kind of people live here, what they do for jobs. I don't know. But such a unique place on this earth. So there's an Icelandic family just rode by me on their bikes, and I was wondering, is that family happier than a family living like downtown New York City, Manhattan, like the hustle and bustle, busy city, big city? Like, are people here happier than those people? I don't know. I think yeah. In the port yesterday I was talking to a local guy and he said they have everything they need right here. So why do you need more? And it's definitely true. I definitely agree with that. Like, people want so much stuff, people need so much. I mean, they don't need it, but they want it. And do they really need it to be happy when people live here? And I mean, this is not the middle of nowhere, but it's definitely out there, and especially compared to other major cities, it's just a different world. It really is just a different world. I couldn't live here. Personally, I could not live here. I think I would get bored. I don't think there's enough here for me, but you know, the guy I spoke to yesterday, he was like, yeah, I've got kids now, so like I want my kids to grow up in like a safe and happy and a clean place. So that's why they live in places like this. There is a supermarket. Don't worry, I'm not going to show you today. Check out yesterday's video if you want to see an Icelandic supermarket. So I got off the ship pretty late, about 10:30, and we docked at 9 o'clock. So some people got off at 9 and they're going back already. Some people were saying that it only takes an hour to see everything here, unless you have an excursion, of course. You know me, I love and hate churches, so I see the door open. Let's check out an Icelandic church. This is cool. Look at this organ. Wow, this is really cool. Very, very different to other European churches. Like in Rome, they all have like stained glass, and they're, yeah, very different. Look at this view leaving the church. Wow. These are some very cool houses. I wonder if it's expensive to live here. Made a friend. A nice view of the ship from here. See some people going up here. Let's see how high we can get. See, you can't even see like the top of the mountains because it's so cloudy today. So I'm not too sure how high you can get to get a good view, but let's find out. I've only got up one set of stairs. We already have an amazing view. Wow, what a place. What a place. This is pretty much the whole town. Isafjordur. There's a little bit of a village over there. I guess that's Isafjordur as well. But I see a school over there. There's a football pitch. And that's it, really. Let's keep walking up. Just spoke to the general manager of the Norwegian Prima. He's right there, he's Mark. But in the last port, the guy told me that 1 week ago, 7 days ago, this whole place was just covered in snow. So we got lucky with the weather, because if it was 1 week earlier, all of this would look very, very, very different. I'm on my way to space. They say that if you want to think about life, just sit on a rock. This is my view, sitting on a rock today. This is unreal. There's a few people higher up, but it gets more difficult. Let's try. Gonna try and go a little bit higher, just a little bit. Looks like the clouds are starting to clear. You can actually see the top of the mountain. I'm not gonna go any higher. Looks pretty dangerous, but this is my view on a Tuesday morning. Wow. I think right in this moment is one of the main reasons why I'm so happy that I started making videos, because I love to share my experiences. But for me, like, I can look back on this day and remember that I was here and I had this view. Wow, whenever you travel, take so many pictures, videos, everything to show other people, but for your own memories as well, because yeah, when I leave, it's all gonna be a memory. Beautiful. The world is beautiful. All right, that's enough of saying beautiful. Now I need to get back down. Iceland is a beautiful country. Add it to your cruise list, add it to your bucket list. I know we're going to talk about money in today's video, but experiences like this are just priceless. Like, you really can't put a price on experiencing things like this, seeing things like this. And there's so many great things to see in the world. Go out and see them. Go and see them. What's stopping you? You know, soon every single one of these people is going to be dead. That's the truth. Nobody wants to hear it, but everyone's going to die one day. Don't die with regrets. Go out and see the world. Do what you want to do. Do whatever makes you happy. And today this makes me happy. So I'm glad that I'm here. Thank you for watching this video. But experiences that money can't buy. It's just amazing how quickly the clouds can clear. Because an hour ago you couldn't even see the top of those mountains. Now it's completely clear. Wow. This guy over here is flying a drone. I bet their footage is amazing. I have no idea how he got it on the ship, because I'm pretty sure they're not allowed on the ship. But his drone is flying out there. I love seeing normal residential areas, so let's take a walk down this street. I've noticed that so many people leave their front doors open. I think that just tells you how safe it is to live here. And also outside every single house there's bikes, and none of them have chains. And at the end of the street you can see that. What a place to live. Lucky people. People use many different methods to stop people parking their car outside their house. Some people would just put a cone outside, but this guy's got a cannon ready. So if you park your car there, you can have an arrow through your car. One of the most peaceful places I've ever been to. No noise, it's dead silent, not many people. I actually can't even imagine living in a place like this. I'm sure it's great if you're an older person, but for young people I don't think there's much here. We've got some Icelandic kids playing with kids from the ship. That's cool. So I'm in the cultural center. It's just opened and it's like a big library. There's many rooms like this, but I just use the Wi-Fi just for a little bit. I just spoke to the guy working in there. He says he doesn't even live in Isafjordur. He lives in a farm outside of the town. So this is the big city to him. But he says it's a nice place to live. It's very peaceful, but no public transport, and of course it's very cold. But he likes the cold, so it's ideal for him. If you didn't know, Wi-Fi on a ship is not free, and it's very expensive. I think it's something like $40 a day or something. So I don't have it. So when we talk about the price of the cruise later, just remember I don't have the Wi-Fi package. A lot of people need it for work, or they just want it to get on social media or whatever. Then you can buy it, but I didn't buy it. So whenever we arrive in a port, I try and find some free Wi-Fi just to make some plans for that day, and just to let my family know what's going on. The only thing you can do on the ship Wi-Fi that's free is iMessage. So I have an iPhone. So if you have an iPhone, then you can use iMessage for free. And also, for some reason, Candy Crush works. I don't know why, but it does work on the ship on the free Wi-Fi. Let's walk downtown. Welcome to Main Street, Isafjordur. Wow, look at this police car. It's a Tesla. I think at the end of that street looks like the fire station, but there is literally nothing here apart from hotels, bakeries, restaurants, bars. That's it, but not many of them. The convenience store with a pizza restaurant, and over there is a Thai restaurant. How did Thai people end up here? I don't know. My time in Isafjordur has come to an end. I'm gonna go back to the Norwegian Prima. I want to get some cake. All aboard time today is 5:30, but we are going to be boarding at 2 o'clock. This thing is absolutely massive. How does this thing float with all those people, all that weight, all that cake? I don't know. Now is like prime time for people coming back to the ship and going to the buffet. So I'm going to try and go to the local, which is the pub, but that gets busy too because it's not that big. If it's too crowded, if there's a wait, then I just have to go to the buffet. $15-20 minute wait for the local. Welcome to the buffet. Back in the cabin now. Lunch was delicious. They had pretzel pizza. Never had pretzel pizza before, but I got ice cream as well, and cake. So if you are not familiar about how cruises work, everything's included. So the buffet I just went to, it's included. I don't pay extra. Of course, I've already paid for it, but I don't pay extra. So the ship does have some specialty restaurants, like a steak restaurant, Japanese restaurant, Italian restaurant, which you have to pay extra for. But there are five venues, 5 restaurants that are complimentary, that are included, so you don't have to pay any more. So if you want to go and have a steak dinner, then you can do that, but you're gonna have to pay for it. But in my opinion, the dining rooms are very, 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 very good. So it's nice to have a nice dinner now and then, but I think the dining room's nice enough, so I don't buy any dining packages, or I don't pay for specialty dining. When you are booking a cruise, one of the things that's going to change the price in a big way is which cabin you have. So I have an inside cabin, and if you watch this series, when I was on the Norwegian Getaway, I had a studio cabin, which is a single cabin. It's designed for one person, so you pay for one person. And I'll just explain quickly. So most cabins are designed for 2 people, so if you cruise alone, you're going to pay for 2 people, even if you're alone. So Norwegian does something very special. They have single cabins, so you just pay for one person. This is not a single cabin. This is an inside cabin. I wanted a studio cabin because it has access to the studio's lounge, which I don't have because I'm not in a studio cabin. Some people said I could get access, but then other people said I couldn't. So literally the first day I went to guest services and they said no. The only people that can access the studio lounge is the people staying in studio cabins, which I'm not. So anyway, so this is an inside cabin. And the first thing I'll say is I'm on deck 13, which is here, and I'm kind of on the end. So the cabins go this way, this way. These are balcony cabins here, and I'm kind of on the end, like my cabin's like a different direction to the others. So I think it's a little bit bigger than these ones because, as you can see, big bed. I think like this is like the normal size inside cabin, like just that. But I also have like this corridor area here too, which leads to the bathroom and then the wardrobe and more storage there. So let's start here. Very, very big bed. It is split. It's 2 singles together, which I don't like. So I kind of sleep that way just because it's 2 beds together. This is where you're going to control your temperature. You can put the do not disturb sign, and you can also tell the attendant to make up your room. The TV, you can see the ship's position any time of the day. They have a live camera from the bridge. Amazing, amazing, especially when we're going through the fjords and stuff. Beautiful. We have some desk space over here. Oh, I have a message. And there's a fridge down here, and then drawers here, more storage. I can hang on my jackets here on the hooks. Huge wardrobe. Okay, there's a safe inside there, and a bathroom. Very, very big bathroom. Of course, I'm alone, so this is huge. I mean, for 2 people, it's enough, but it's very nice. It's very nice. So I think I got very lucky with this cabin because, like I said, it's on the end. It's on the end, so it's I think it's bigger because usually you just get that. But I got some extra space, so I'm very, very, very happy with this inside cabin. Let me tell you about the Freestyle Daily. Every single cruise line will have one of these. It's like the daily planner. So Norwegians, it's called the Freestyle Daily, and it gives you information about the port or the sea day. It depends. What's going on that day. Gives you some extra information. So here is the immigration thing that I did yesterday, and it has the schedule for every single event that's happening for that day. So then what I usually do is take a pen, then I underline the stuff that I want to do and make my own schedule basically. And on this side, it tells you which restaurants you can go to. It has some the locations of the bars and restaurants, guest services, casino, all that. So these are the complimentary restaurants that I can go to for dinner. So Surfside, that's the buffet. Hudson's, Commodore's, they're the main dining rooms. Indulge is 7 restaurants in one. And then the local, that's the pub that I tried to go to today. So I can go to them anytime that they're open and I won't pay anything. But these cover charges apply. These are extra restaurants. So Cagney's is a steak restaurant, Food Republic. There's a lot there. There's a lot there. So you have to pay for these ones. If you want to go there and pay for them, great. And it tells you here, steakhouse, French, Mexican, sushi, Italian. There's a lot on offer. I think this is the earliest I've ever been back on the ship. It's only 3 o'clock now, and the activities are going to start that I want to do. They're going to start around 5 p.m. So I'm going to relax a little bit, watch some TV, and then get ready for this evening. And we are ready to go for day 10. Today's outfit is the brown shirt, red chinos, and black shoes. Let's go. It is 4:55. First event is the Solo Travelers Gathering. They meet every day at 5 o'clock. So if you're going to take a cruise alone, you don't have to stay alone. The casino is not allowed to be open when the ship is still in port. So whenever we leave any port, that's when the casino will open. Solo meeting was good. There's about 50 or 60 solo travelers on this cruise, and now it's time for trivia.
Have an album from the Rolling Stones. What was?
I did horrible in trivia. So tomorrow we get to Reykjavik, which is our final stop, but it's not our final day tomorrow. So this is going to be our last sail away. And I'm going to show you tonight that it's still going to be this light at midnight because the sun doesn't set in Iceland in the summer. Amazing views. Who lives there? Who lives there? I don't know. This is the view from the other side of the ship. It's so funny that last night at like 12:30 a.m. I was sitting at the bar inside there with some of my friends, and I was looking out the window and I said, I just saw a whale. Let's go outside right now. And then we literally saw 2 whales right there. It was so amazing. $1 a day keeps a doctor away. It's dinner time. Let's go to the Commodore room. It is 6:30.
For dinner today, I decided to get 2 entrees because I couldn't decide. So the first one was herb and parmesan cod, and the second one was sirloin steak. Dessert was black forest cake. Delicious.
That was great. Here's a look at the menu. So the Commodore room and Hudson's, they have the same menu. So they're both main dining rooms, same menu.
What? You're not moving? 2, 1. Okay, you want to go with letter A.
Man, I've just been going to one thing to another thing to another thing. So there was a game show, and then there was trivia, and now we're going to Sid Norman's, which is the bar. Looks like a pub, British pub, but there's a prom show going on. This band is so good. 11:35 p.m. and it's still light outside. It's so windy, not as clear as last night, but we saw some whales here just last night. Look at this. This is the midnight sun. The sun does not set in the summer in Iceland, so they just have daylight. There is no darkness. It's so cold. All of that happened on a cruise ship. Can you believe it? Today was a great day. Quick summary of today. The port, Isafjordur. It's okay. It's okay. Not the most exciting place, but very, very nice, very peaceful. And unless you do an excursion, it's a few hour walk around, and then there's not much else, to be honest, if you don't do an excursion, but it's worth seeing. It's definitely worth seeing. So we didn't watch the show because it was a vocalist that I've seen before. I don't want to see it again. So many game shows, so many trivias. There's always live music going on. I love live music so much, and it's been a great day. Look what I found. I found a little duck, a little devil duck in the casino. So thank you, the Dunham family. Thank you, the Dunham family. So tomorrow we're in Reykjavik. It's kind of strange because the cruise finishes in Reykjavik, but we don't finish until 2 days time. So we're gonna get to Reykjavik tomorrow, then we're gonna sit there for 2 days. Never known a ship to do that before, but I'm okay with it. So we get to see Reykjavik tomorrow, get back on the ship, and then we disembark the next day, also in Reykjavik. So how much did I pay for this cruise? In your mind, get a number in your mind. So 11 days. Started in the UK, went to Belgium, Amsterdam, 3 ports in Norway, 3 ports in Iceland. 11 days total. I have an inside cabin. I did not have the drinks package. I did not have the Wi-Fi package. I don't need Wi-Fi. I'm glad I don't have Wi-Fi because social media, I don't need it. And the drinks package, I don't drink, so it's really not worth me getting the drinks package. So if you need it, that's okay, get it. But I didn't need it, so it brought my price down a lot because that stuff is expensive. So the total number that I paid for this cruise is $600. 600 USD, 600 United States dollars. That works out at around $55 per day for everything. For everything. This is the thing. Accommodation, food, entertainment, travel, everything's included. My dinner every day, breakfast, everything. Everything that I've done in the last 11 days has been included in my cruise fare. Of course, the cruise started in the UK. I didn't need to fly anywhere because I live close to the port, and it's going to finish in Reykjavik. I need to fly home. So everybody's flight home is going to be a different amount because people live in different places, so that's irrelevant for the price of the cruise. 600 US dollars, $55 per day. I didn't have any excursions booked. And what else? What else? I didn't go to any of the specialty dining rooms. I'm so happy with the complimentary dining rooms that they have. So many great experiences this cruise. It's not finished yet. There's going to be a few more days, a few more videos, but I really hope that you enjoy watching this series because I've had so much fun making it. I can't wait to do another cruise. Norwegian cruise line is great. I'd love to try some other cruise lines as well, but Norwegian is great. I'm really happy with this cruise. I'm so glad that I did it. Like I said, I literally got it last minute. Like, you could not get any more last minute because the cruise departed on a Sunday and I booked it on a Friday. Okay, Friday. Some people book their cruises like a year in advance, 2 years in advance sometimes, and mine was 2 days in advance. 600 US dollars, I think it's a crazy deal for everything included. Like I said, if you need the extras, get it, but I didn't need it. It's going to push your price up a lot because that stuff's expensive, but it's been great. It's really been great, and I'm so happy that I did this. I'm so happy that I found a duck. I'm so happy that I'm going to Reykjavik tomorrow. We're going to hang out in Reykjavik for a few days, and then who knows what's going to happen, but that's it. That's the end of day 10. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the like just to tell me that you liked this video and this series. Go and check out the other videos if you haven't already. Please hit the subscribe to follow me at the end of this cruise, and then after this cruise, who knows what we're going to be doing. I don't know what we're going to be doing, but there's a whole world out there. Go and see it. I'm going to go see it. If you want to join me, then hit the subscribe. Thank you so much. I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye. One last thing that I forgot to talk about, gratuities. I will never ever talk about gratuities. You give whatever you want and I'll give whatever I want. There is absolutely no rules for gratuities. Don't let anybody tell you how you should spend your money. You do whatever you want, I'll do whatever I want. I'm never ever going to tell you what to give. Give whatever you think. I'll give whatever I think. Okay? Alright, see you tomorrow. It is the morning of June the 13th, 2024, and it's the last day of the cruise. Just finishing up my packing, and then we have to disembark. We have time for one more breakfast. Let's go. I've walked up these stairs every morning for the last 11 mornings, and today's the last time. Saying goodbye to the empty pool deck. I didn't even use the pool or the hot tubs this whole cruise. I missed out, but goodbye Norwegian Prima. Let's go to our cabin, let's finish packing, and let's disembark. If you haven't been watching this cruise series, go back and watch them because we got views like this every day. Everybody's just waiting to disembark now. Disembarkation's down there on deck 6. Walking down the deck 13, corridor 1. Last time. My cabin has been 13807. So that's it, I'm officially packed and ready to go. Let's leave the cabin and let's disembark the Norwegian Prima. I just had to fix my account at guest services. You know what's funny? Some of these people I've never seen before, and we've been on the same ship for the last 11 days. Where have they been? Where have I been? Anyway, time to disembark.
Deck 7 midship. Once again.
That's it, it's the end of the cruise. Goodbye Norwegian Prima. See you next time.